Welcome back to the experience, everyone. Today, I'm going to let Ray Sean co-host this show. He brought a special friend with him, and I'm going to just let him go at it.
How y'all doing? My bad.
It's technically Ray's show right now, so I'm just a fly on the wall.
Yeah, we brought Krystal on because, she's been doing that thing on TikTok.
Right.
And I thought she'd be perfect to be on the ADHD experience. So, Krystal, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome. I'm so happy to be here.
Ooh. Shout out, Bel Air.
Shout out.
Me and Krystal actually know each other. We went to middle school together and high school together and beauty school together, right?
Yes, and now we've crossed paths once again.
Yes.
This time on the podcast, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Friends of a friend.
Yeah.
Shit crazy.
Yeah.
Small world.
If I make it, you make it. You know what I'm saying?
Small world.
B Money, we good on the Gucci. All right. So
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so personally, I'm a Cancer.
Nice.
Leave with the astrology. Look at
yes. I'm a wife. I'm a mother, but professionally, I am an entrepreneur. I'm actually a full-time content creator, mainly on TikTok. And I also own a metaphysical store, like a spiritual wellness store as well online. And
nice.
What's the name of that? Let us know.
The name of the store is called Vibe Check. If you want to check out the store online, we're also on Instagram. It's Vibe Check.
Nice.
And your website. Let us know that also.
The website is vibecheckshop.com.
Chris will put it all in the
so y'all check it out.
Links. Yeah. We're going to put all that info.
Get your crystals from Krystal.
That's it. We're going to have it in the inbox. What, on YouTube? I'm still learning all this shit, Ray. Is that right, Krystal?
So you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and also I have a Beacons link.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll give you all the details about that.
So that TikTok's pretty powerful, huh?
Yes, TikTok is very powerful.
People have been telling me.
Yeah, I encourage everyone that I know actually to take advantage of TikTok right now. At first, I did not want to have anything to do with it. And whenever I present it to people, usually they feel the same way.
Right.
I was like, no, I don't want to, mess with that. It's just kids like dancing on the internet. That's not what I'm doing.
Getting paid to dance.
Yeah, exactly.
On the internet.
But I actually,
blows my fucking mind.
I had COVID, so I was like down pretty bad for a while. So whenever I was sick, I just was bored and got on the app. And I saw that there was like a huge spiritual community on the app, like nothing that I had seen on TikTok. Like I saw so many like-minded people that were into the same thing. And, this is the type of things that I sell in my store. So I knew like my target audience was on TikTok.
Wow.
So I just gave it some thought and I was like, I should probably just start taking this serious. And by the time I had come across TikTok, I had already made up my mind that working a traditional 9-to-5 job was just not for me anymore. So I just put some thought into it and decided to just go for it and make TikTok my full-time job. And I've been pretty successful at it in a short period of time.
Wow. When did you start, you told me?
I started in October of 2021. And now here we are in May 2022. And I'm not working a 9-to-5. I'm full-time working for myself, creating content online for TikTok.
All right, but before we go off into the TikTok, let's rewind. So you were saying, about your job, like how you kind of, what made you have that epiphany to be like, yo, I'm going full time?
It was at the beginning of 2021 in January. I pretty much just made up my mind that this 9-to-5 cookie cutter matrix life was just not for me anymore. I was just tired of not owning my time, basically only having a life outside of business hours and on weekends.
Right.
And I was just tired of it. There's just so much more to life than just going to work, having your little weekends off, 2 vacations a year. You make just enough money to get by and, drink your little daiquiris on a weekend and go out. And
right. Shout out.
That's it. And that's fine if you enjoy that. But so many people think like that's just it. And I used to be one of them. Like that was it. Like we made it. Once I get my little office job. I make, $16 an hour. I'm driving the car that I like and I own a house, then that's it. Like I've made it, that is an accomplishment. Yeah. Obtaining those
I don't
things is
even
an
own a house, so
accomplishment.
that's a big deal. Yeah.
It is an accomplishment, but just that I just come to a point where I knew there was so much more to life than just, this cookie cutter life, working your 9 to 5, come home, have a few hours to yourself before you have to go to sleep, get up and do it all over again. So I had just put this plan in my mind in January of 2021, like at the end of the year, I'm going to leave my 9 to 5. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I know I'm not going to be doing that anymore. Now, at this time, I already owned a store. Like I already had my own business, but I was still having to work, outside of that as well.
Shout out.
So
LLC is hard.
Yeah.
It's real.
Mm-hmm. I got one too.
Everybody thinks being a business owner is the shit.
Actually, you know what? It's not hard.
No. It's not hard. It's just, you know what I mean? It's it's not as easy as working a 9 to 5.
Right.
Yeah, especially for me because I do have raging ADHD.
Right.
And I thought I used to get in trouble like at my 9 to 5 jobs because of it. So I thought once I left that and I was just working for myself that it would be better, but it's actually so much worse and so much harder because I don't have any structure and I don't have anyone above me telling me what to do and keeping me in check. So it's actually way harder.
Like you're being a boss of yourself, but you're like letting yourself slip.
Yeah, I deserve this in the name of self-care or in the name of like, I work better under pressure, like procrastinating and everything and stuff like that. But
it's like you don't have no set rules. Somebody telling you, oh, you have to fucking do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta find that motivation or something like that to push yourself.
Much. Yeah.
You just made me think like if the podcast blows up and then you don't have to like work like a normal hours, but it's like, all right, now I'm an independent contractor. Yeah.
It's a whole nother
and that
work.
ADHD can get you.
Oh yeah.
I know what you mean. You'd have to like literally give yourself a job. Like you'd have to wake up at the same time every day. Like
I definitely need a schedule.
Yeah, like if I don't wake up at the same time every day,
so maybe that's the key.
Routine,
setting your own schedule. Yeah.
I definitely have to have a routine and a schedule, but my ADHD is so bad that if one little thing happens outside of that routine, then I just literally crumble and I get nothing else done for the rest of the day.
So what I learned in the program is that shit's gonna happen, right? Like so life is gonna happen on life's terms. It's how you react. Yeah. So from one to another, it's how you react on a situation. Because like if I, cheated one time during the week on my diet, I would fuck it up the whole entire week after that.
Right.
I mean, blowing it out, cookies, Oreos, ice cream, and cheat like every night like that, like an addict. So it's kind of like I just went off on it.
Yeah,
that's your ADHD personality taking over with your diet too. That's exactly what that is.
Right? Because I just forgot. Well, I lost what I was saying.
No, but you're good. You're good. But
pick it up.
You were saying,
get it,
Krystal.
Get back to it.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was working my 9 to 5 plus I had my own business as well. And I just got to a point where I was so pissed because all of my good, like fresh brain cells, when I was really like on point and on game, I was giving to my job, my 9 to 5 job. Right. And it was so draining. So by the time I would come home, I'd have like 2 fucking brain cells left to dedicate to my personal brand and business, as well as my husband, my kids, domestic stuff like that.
Right.
And I was just so tired of the struggle. And I was like, I am fucking done with this. Like, I am done with this. And how I broke free from that was not only putting in work, like with my brand and content creation, but really it was with the law of attraction, which is what I'm happy to talk to you guys about today, which,
shout out.
If you've never heard of it, like if you've never heard of this concept
you read The Secret?
All, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Shout
I'm an
out.
OG. That's
just saying. Just
that was the first domino that started the whole thing.
I was testing you.
So you have too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Good.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. So
I think I'm crazy sometimes, but
you know what? My husband used to be the same way, but he came around. He's on board. He's into it as well.
Well, I mean, it's like a little. It's God and everything else. It's like it's all of that.
Right.
Yes, it has really, really changed me. I was first introduced to it in, I want to say like 2015. I saw the movie. I I saw the movie, and if you've ever seen the movie, you'll understand what I'm saying. You literally have to watch it.
Is it like a documentary?
It's not a movie. Let me just say that. Yeah, it's a documentary.
Yeah. I just seen it pop up on Netflix, and I was like,
it is on Netflix still after all these years. Okay. It's also on YouTube too for free.
When you think they filmed that?
It's I know when it was filmed. It was 2003. So if anyone who has never seen this, if you go and watch it now, please keep an open mind.
Right.
You know, things technologically are much more different now.
Yeah, the book's fucking wild. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it does look a bit dated. It's not actually a movie. It is more of a documentary. And it's like philosophers and scientists and all these different people who use the law and practice it, basically explaining it to you.
Like I would say, read the book, then watch the movie.
Yeah.
Or audio book it like I did.
Yes,
like 10
audio
times.
book it. Yeah. For someone who's never heard of this concept and you just see this movie or read this book, you're gonna be like, "What the hell is this? This is
this is the law of attraction."
But before you ever read it or like anything, did you hear about it? Like, was it? Because I was like asking all my customers, like, man, you ever read The Secret? They're like, bro, that book's amazing.
I think I heard about it on Reddit or YouTube or something. I'm still like, I don't know shit about Reddit right now.
Oh, I never. My boy Jeff, shout out, trying to put me on Reddit.
I never heard.
I just got on Twitter, so I'm still learning.
Reddit is really good. You're sleeping if you're not on Reddit. Actually, Reddit, I would consider it to be like the source of so many other social media.
He said
like
that's how people find out their information, right?
Like
is that how like
media
the future
account BuzzFeed on Instagram, they wouldn't even exist without Reddit. Like all of their news content, it comes directly from Reddit.
So that's where like the kids are getting like all the info. Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually kids. In my mind, I think it's like people more our age that are on there and maybe even older. But I would say it is like the source of other social medias.
Yeah, because Jeff's like our age. I'm just so outdated. I'm like prehistoric.
And I've barely even like scratched the surface of Reddit. Like there's probably so much more. I'm just on there lurking, reading.
If I had somebody like doing my Reddit for me, I'd probably be famous. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But it just sounds cool.
Yes.
So what is Reddit?
Yeah.
Reddit is another social media platform, but it's not just like photo sharing or video sharing. It's more of like info sharing. And any topic you can think of, there's like a corner of Reddit for it. Even like some black market shit, like scamming shit and probably... I don't know. I think so. But there's so much shit on there.
That's wild.
Yeah, and any sort of like interest or hobby or question or anything that you can have, you can find it on Reddit. People from all different countries. To me, it's a way better social media platform than like definitely Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
It's more like sharing knowledge.
Right.
That's
me
from my
and Ray
perspective.
Sean look like fucking prehistoric dinosaurs.
Y'all would like
what
it.
is it? But no,
you can find anything from like fucking cat videos. There's like cat people, cat memes, or like law of attraction, spiritual people. You can find people in there talking about shrooms and acid or losing their virginity. There's like a whole sub that I follow called Ask Men because I'm nosy and I want to see what men are asking each other. And it'll be like relationship advice. No.
Damn, all right, that's why.
Yeah,
Shit.
There's interesting stuff on there. I like it.
Yeah, I have 3 sisters, so I know what y'all thinking all the time. Damn.
Most of the time.
Yeah, not really. I'm joking, ladies. I still don't
He can't get his wife right because nobody can get that shit right. I told my wife,
I was like, I don't understand y'all. I'm just going to be real.
We are pretty complex. Yeah.
But no, it's beautiful.
What your boy said on that movie, they unstable creatures.
We are. Yeah.
All my nieces,
but
I love all
it's understandable with hormones and cycles and shit like that.
So, y'all, thank y'all because I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Shout out. Tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day, y'all.
Is Mother's Day.
May the fourth be with y'all.
Yes.
I'm late.
Thank y'all for being grateful
represent.
mothers. All the grateful mothers. Thank you. Thank you, Mama.
But
and my stepmama.
But yeah, back to the 9 to 5. What you was?
We're jumping.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No. Actually, I'm gonna bring it back. Right. Bring us back to the book.
That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, so I saw the movie in like 2015, 2016. I had to watch it several times before I seriously like grasped.
Did you read the book
concept.
like that too?
I didn't read I've never read the book.
Oh shit!
I've never.
I audiobooked it. It's amazing.
But I feel like I know everything that there is to know about it at this point.
Because you're making it seem like the movie. It's like they say the more philosophical side.
Yeah.
But like I think when
the book probably is more in depth.
Well, I guess because like the lady that wrote it reads it.
And so it's a lady that wrote it?
It's a lady who wrote it.
Blew my fucking mind. She's got like a cool accent. I think she's from Australia.
I think she is from Australia. Yeah.
But this is the because I got the 48 Laws of Power. I bought one for my niece.
Yeah.
But I listened to it. I never read the book, but I listened to the book. And I think I kind of
like me.
Yeah, but I kind of went into the law of attraction. So is this the thing like with the rake and
No. Okay. So there's two different things.
Okay.
Yeah. Two very different things. So the 48 laws of power is like, very psychological, different like personality traits and stuff like that.
Oh, and I feel like it was like it's dope and it can lead you somewhere, but it seems kind of manipulative.
Well, and the secret, look, I'm going to just be real. The secret is you. Spoiler alert. Right. So if you read the book, it's like, or the movie, it's like you find out the secret is yourself.
Right.
So it's like that blew my fucking mind. That's why I had to listen to it like 4 more times. I was like, wait, me?
And guess what? I go back to it often. Like I go rewatch the movie all the time just to like brush up on it. But I literally like
you should listen to the book. I think you would enjoy
breathe this. It's all that I do. So if anyone doesn't know of what this is or has ever heard of it, some people call it like a pseudoscience.
Okay.
Or it's just like
I have heard the word. I don't know.
A spiritual law, basically, that's stating whatever is in your mind can be in your reality as well. Whatever's up here can be in the 3D as well. And also like attracts like. So if you always have an upbeat, positive, magnetic attitude, then positive, upbeat things will gravitate towards you. If you always have a shitty, negative attitude, then that's what you're going to see in the 3D. Basically, that's like the shortest way I can describe it.
That's how Kanye made it. He believed in himself. I saw that documentary.
So it's almost like, in a way, it's like you reap what you sow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Kanye definitely believes
he believed in himself 100%.
Because people who are like truly into it, like really, really into it, believe that they are the God of their reality. Not that they think that they're God, but you understand that you're the God of your reality. You're creating your reality. And I think that's why Kanye West calls himself Yeezus and stuff. I think that's why he does that.
Well, yeah, because like if you watch the documentary, he like just believed in himself, but like nobody really did. Like, Jay-Z didn't believe in him. It was like Damon Dash that, like Damon Dash, like was really, if it wasn't for him, I don't think it would have happened. And like that blew my mind. But like he just never gave up, and his mom believed in him. I mean, she was his biggest fan. She was rapping his songs. I was like, damn. So that's why when I guess she passed, like now I understand, like, oh, that's why like this happened and that happened. Like you see a whole different side of him. But one thing I took from that whole documentary is like he was predicting his future. He's like,
he was crazy.
I believe in myself.
Yeah, we call that the law of attraction.
Yes.
I would. The way he lives his life, I would. So, there's several rappers and celebrities who also practice this, and I hear it in so many songs too. Once you become like aware of it, you'll start to see how common it is. And
isn't like 50 right in like the 50th law? I think 50 Cent like is writing something.
I've never heard of that either.
No? I'm not making this shit up. No. I talk to people.
I believe you.
No, like I think so we're going to fact check something later, but I'm going to figure it out about 50.
You got your phone right there.
Bro.
Okay. But let me ask you this. How has the law of attraction like helped you?
So it's really changed my life. Like I was saying, I was introduced to it around 2015, 2016. It probably took me 2 full years to fully grasp exactly what it was and how to implement it into my life. So it wasn't until about 2018 when I really started like practicing it. And this was a really transitional time in my life. I was like moving across states, switching careers, like all kind of stuff was going on in my life. And I just knew I wanted something more. So I still just kept studying it, kept practicing. And then I opened a business, something I was really passionate about. So I started on the business and everything. And I just really wanted to put all my time, energy, effort, and intention into my own personal business. So once I had gotten really good with the law of attraction, and I figured like I can do this, I can really use this spiritual law to manipulate energy and change my life, I started putting it into effect, just trying stuff out, trial and error. And now here I am, like
talking to Mike. Hey, I found something.
Okay.
I hope I ain't tripping. Let me see. The 50th Law is a new book, is a New York Times best-selling book on strategy and fearlessness, written, collaborated by rapper 50 Cent and Arthur Robert Greene. So I think he's like
it's Robert Greene. Okay,
yeah.
So it's his version of the 48 Laws.
Right.
It's
so
his
like
version of
that's what I was saying. Like 50, like wanted to write the 50th law or something like that.
Once he said strategy and Robert Greene, okay.
Yeah,
so
once I heard Robert Greene,
it's
right
a psychological book.
Yeah, y'all thought I was full of shit, but
who thought that?
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
we just said you got your phone.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks for making me look it up.
Those types of books, those types of books, especially ones that are written by Robert Greene, are controversial. A lot of people don't like them because they think that it's manipulative, and it is.
That's the kind of
because it is, and it's like dark psychology. But if you want to succeed in this life, then sometimes you need to know how to manipulate energy and people's feelings in order to get ahead.
Damn.
And that's what I do. But
hopefully not at the person's expense.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't do anything.
You still got to do the right thing, right?
Yes. Yeah, but I was gonna say that's how I think I've had my success. I've manipulated energy using the law of attraction for everything to work in my favor.
Right.
Yeah. So that was my question. Like, how has it helped you?
So it's helped me.
Like when did you feel you get that fucking feeling that it was like, oh shit, like this worked? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I think I started with
good question, right?
Yes. So I started practicing with like small things, like to see like, okay, is this shit really real? Like, can I really, control my reality and everything that's happening to me? So I starting with small things. And anytime I want something, like anytime I want to manifest something, I always write about it.
Right.
And this is something I encourage everyone to do.
I
write about it as if it's already happened.
But you know how we feel, like men, like, bitch, I ain't about
look,
that, right?
even for me,
like,
even when I first started out, I was like, this is crazy. This is delusional. But you know what? Sometimes you have to be a little bit delusional. Like it works for me.
But I heard a lot of people say that shit. Like,
live in your delusion. Just it's just like fake it till you make it. Like,
well, that's what I told my wife. I was like, I'm trying to like live this life like I already made it.
And you are. You really are doing it.
Technically we have.
You really are.
We're just not like,
Yes.
It's not boasty though. Like, like.
No. I mean, we don't have like a yacht yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess
I ain't talking about a boat. I said boasty as far as like we boasting around. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think I'm the shit.
You could be though. Actually, you should think you are, because in order for everyone else to think that, you have to think that.
Dude, right? But then that looks like an asshole.
You can be humble, but you can still let them know.
Well, I mean, don't fuck with me.
I guess that's the hard part. Like, remaining humble.
You can be
I can still fuck you up.
Don't let them play with you. No. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to have to fight nobody on camera for like 50 million.
So anyway, so I started small. I was like starting with small things. But then there were even like some big things that I just manifested into my life kind of without even trying. But the crazy thing is we're always doing it. We are always manifesting everything that's in our life. You just you're either putting intention. Yeah.
Because I think I've done it, man. And
you're either putting intention behind it or you're not. Yeah.
But I didn't recognize, like my truck, like I got the exact fucking truck I wanted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just seen that shit and I
manifested my car
that's
too.
What the fuck I wanted.
I manifested the
studio. But I didn't,
That's what I was going to tell you. Because the thing about the law of attraction is everything in our reality starts with a thought. Everything that we want starts with a thought.
6 years ago, I had
So you thought about this.
Yeah, like 6 years ago.
All of this started with just a thought, and you pictured it. You envisioned exactly how.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was going to be more like the grid from Tron, but I don't have Joe Rogan.
That's what it looks like to me, especially with the glasses.
Well, this is like kind of like
John Wick in this bitch. Some kind of way.
This is like a 13-year-old's room with like some cool glow lights, but it's like it's not Joe Rogan money, but it's fun. Yeah, John Wick.
Yeah, damn, but we're still here. Like
Yeah, I got a John Wick knife.
It started as a thought. Same thing with me.
So how you manifested your car?
Okay.
Is it your dream car?
Currently, yes. But we evolve, and now I have like an even better dream car. But the one I have now currently is and was. So I can't forget. Got to show gratitude to that previous version of myself who was wishing, hoping, and dreaming for that white Jeep.
Yep.
And now it's in my driveway, and I've had it for a few years. But a little while ago, I was over here telling her like, yeah, girl, but my next car, Like I'm already. Not that I'm not grateful, and I love my Jeep so much.
Right.
Oh, is it?
But you got to put it out there. It's the screen
on my phone. It's the background on my phone. She's following me everywhere.
Oh, she's serious.
Yeah, that is my next car.
So she lives the life.
I do. Yeah. So
y'all gonna see my phone next with a Lamborghini on that bitch.
Well, then that's
then
you can get it. So with the Jeep, it was more
like
a
Dodge Hellcat.
I wasn't consciously manifesting it. I didn't realize it until later. Like I saw the car on TV. I just wanted it. And I kept telling my husband, I want this Jeep. I want this Jeep. And I always only drive white cars. It's just my preference. And I was like, I don't want any Jeep unless it looks just like this. But I had said this for like a few years, like 2 years.
I'm still gonna get a blacked out Dodge Hellcat, satin black.
And I wasn't like actively looking for a car, but I just kept saying it, and I would like picture how I would look like in this car, and I just really liked the aesthetic, and I was like, I want this car. Well, my husband got a new truck, and he was at the dealership picking up his license plate, and I'm at work, and he texted me, and he was like, "Babe, look at this Jeep. That's at the license plate. Like, I mean, that's at the dealership. It's white, just like you said you wanted." And he was like, "Let me send you some pictures of it." And he sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's gorgeous. I love it." He was like, "Well, you know, I got some time. You want me to like see what they talking about?" So they ran it up.
Shout out.
Boom. And he was like, "Okay, after work, you're going to come test drive it." And I drove it home. And when I tell you, this wasn't just a stock Jeep. Like, it's got a lift kit on it. It's got big old tires, big rims, all that stuff. Like, exactly how I pictured it. So what are the odds of like finding that just like that at a dealership?
That was the same shit like with my truck. Like it was just like me finding it, and then it was like a guy, it was like an older man who had the shit because the bitch only had like 48,000 miles.
Right.
So it was just like perfect, dude, and it was the exact truck. And matter of fact, like they had a place on Kenner, and there was one like that was in 2014. And it was just like fucking, it was way much more, but it didn't have all the shit that my truck had. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I manifested that shit, you know, but not knowing, you know, the law of attraction. So
yeah. And we're always manifesting everything. We're just not putting intention behind it.
And I think, you know, we don't know that we're manifesting.
Yeah. Everyone hasn't been put onto this. Like in my mind, it seems so mainstream now. I feel like everyone knows about it, but once I like start talking my shit, people don't know about it.
It's kind of so many people preach about it on like Instagram, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Well, and I'm sure that's how people think about. Yeah, but I'm happy to see people get on. I'm happy to see it become mainstream because I encourage everyone to like wake the fuck up and realize that you're in control.
Yeah, true that.
You are in control. You don't have to live this struggle ass life anymore. I don't care how crazy I sound when I'm saying it. Like, I am literally creating my reality.
We'll tell people like why you're saying it like that, because there's you discovered
because I'm
something.
just like you. Like, I'm no different. And then I just the only difference is I've started implementing this law into my life, and now I'm really in control and living my best life. And I know there's only even better stuff to come. Like, I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
But I'm just encouraged.
It feels good to get started at this age.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I do wish I would have been younger, but I'm still young, and it was right on time.
You're still young. You're still young. You just,
I wish the same thing, but it's like it comes to you when it does.
33 is the new 23.
It is. To me, it is.
Smarter, better. You said it earlier. You said you was in your prime. That's what you told us.
I feel like I am in my prime.
And like you said,
unless that was a smoke.
We're a keyboard away from anything we want to know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A phone, just like you just found out the 50
we are
shit.
so lucky.
So
we are so lucky to
have
have
prime,
and I'm glad I got that shit right, because I didn't want 50 being pissed at me. So shout out 50.
And you know what's crazy? Like how you said you didn't know anything about Reddit. Like I was having a conversation with my friend the other day about how
my friend's been trying to put me on Reddit.
Social media can be a little bit toxic. I
just learned how to get on Twitter like a month and a half ago.
It is toxic.
Yeah.
It can be. Well, it can be toxic.
It all can be.
But it's such a good learning tool. And I don't want people to think like that, because like I've said, I've now made a career out of social media. But
so it's
all about perspective and how you use it, I guess.
And how you react, like I told you earlier.
Yeah, because you know what? Honestly, every single thing in our world is always neutral. It doesn't mean anything until you assign a reaction or a feeling to it.
I mean, this can is like literally just sitting there.
Yeah, right?
If you choose to do it, it can be some John Wick.
Exactly.
There you go.
For real.
John fucking Wick.
Hey, I'll be here all night.
I know he was going to fucking make the entrance.
Start thinking of every single occurrence and situation in your life like that, and you'll be way more chill.
I put myself in really bad situations and in really good situations. Every time I'll be like, man, why the fuck this happened?
Once you realize that you're assigning a feeling and a reaction to everything, it all begins as neutral, then, you know, you'll see how much in control you really are. Even as far as like small things like road rage, like I'm not even wasting my energy on that anymore.
Yeah, you can't. It don't do nothing.
Like I mean,
every now and then I slip up.
Right.
It pisses me off, but
sometimes we do.
Just be like,
but as long as you can recognize it, and you know you got to really back sometimes. That's good, you know. But you just can't.
I mean, I'm not getting out the car to fight, but I mean, I'll be like,
it's just not worth it. And I'm practicing like
be like some old lady.
Yeah, I practice it so strictly. I'm like, this isn't even going to get a reaction out of me, like, at all.
Not to cut y'all off, that shit happened to us in Vegas.
I knew.
Dude, oh, yeah, bro. I was cursing out the fucking window.
Oh yeah, you told me that. Dude, you told me that.
We just left the Grove. I told you we got that fucking weed from out there. A place called the Grove. Shout out.
Shout out.
But they had this fucking this weed. It was called Resting Bitch Face.
Oh yeah, dude.
So we looking for this shit. But
you told me that
my partner almost get over and hit a fucking cab. So he's like, he see the license plate, but it's a rental, and he's like, go back to fucking California. And I'm out the window. Bitch, we from New Orleans.
Yeah, I know. That's funny, dude.
Okay, I would have did that too. Like, that's not that big a deal.
Yeah. But I was like, what he did?
Who?
The cab driver, nothing.
Then he ain't say shit, but I was just like, damn, it's a different place.
Y'all both said what y'all said, and that was it.
Oh, like just talking shit.
Yeah. But I was on one, so you know what I'm saying.
You was ready anyway.
I was on one. I ain't want no problems, but
sometimes you just gotta let it out
in the middle of the desert and shit. Damn, right.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be like just so disciplined that none of that shit even gets a reaction out of me. Right. And I see such a change. Because you don't want to waste your energy. Exactly.
You don't want to waste your energy.
And that's what I tell y'all about racism. Like, you can't make me, you know what I'm saying? You can't make me come out of character because you say some dumb
stupid.
shit.
It's so stupid. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I just have to throw that in there.
Now I get what you mean about that more than I did the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, though.
It's just like you can't get a reaction out of me.
No. Once you realize.
That was on episode 3.
Check that out. Shout out.
Once you realize that your energy.
Got all the videos up here.
Once you understand and realize that your energy, your thoughts, your time, your intention is your actual currency, like your real currency, you will start being so stingy with what you give it to. So just because someone accidentally like cut out in front of me, you know, we're all human. We do stuff like that. Then you'll realize like I only have so many fucks to give and like so much energy. It's my most valuable asset. Yeah. So I'm not going to waste it on getting mad at the grocery store because the line is long and it's taking too long. I'm gonna just look around and like seize the moment.
And there's more time after that. Like you may have like had that little altercation, but you still carry it with you for like maybe fucking an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like you carrying that energy with you. Like, man, this motherfucker cut me off. Like, nah, I don't want to carry that shit. Go ahead about your business. And, you know what I'm saying?
I've definitely catch myself doing stuff like that.
Well, I can also catch myself hanging on to shit. Like I hung on to some shit yesterday that I finally let it go today.
Right.
But it took me about a day.
Proud of you.
But I had to think about it though, because I was letting myself like, why?
But that's dope. Even you recognizing yourself letting it go.
But you know what? Pain, I learned in the program, pain feels good. So it's like a drug, you know what I mean? So I guess I was mad and I was like, man, I'm gonna just keep stewing about it because it feels good. So I was in that little spout, but then when I realized, I'm like, bro, you like gave all that energy to something so stupid. I could have been working on the studio or something else. I could have been time stamping. So I ain't gonna let shit like that happen.
Right. Yeah. Don't give that shit.
I definitely realized how valuable my time, energy, thoughts, and intentions are. Again, which is why I knew I'm not going to keep working some 9 to 5, giving all my precious energy to these people when I want to be in control. Yes. If I want to take my kids to Disney World, I don't want to have to fucking ask someone in writing, can I be off for 7 days? Like, no, fuck that shit.
Right.
And if I can do it, you can do it.
I sound on episode 3.
If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, that like fuck that shit.
Or Steve Rogers.
No, the fucking Steve Rogers. But yeah, like fuck that shit. It's just like, you know, you gotta ask somebody. It's like it's a modern day slave.
Yeah,
that's what I call it. It's a modern day.
Isn't that what
slave.
I don't know, one of those billionaire dudes said that we're all slaves
to
we
are.
The system.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, especially we're slaves to consumerism.
Yeah,
like we all want everything. We want to buy everything, and
but what's
crazy is
some class
like
with that.
As a business owner, I mean, I survive on consumerism, and I'm a consumer too. But you just have to find balance, you know. Yes. Just gotta find balance.
Yes. I think there's a little bit out there for everybody. Like there's enough to go around.
There sure is.
And I think there's a job for everyone. Multiple jobs. I mean, I've had several. So like
and everyone's place in society is valuable. You know, at whatever time.
And you can make money at it. You cannot make money. I mean, I do shit for free and I do shit for money. You know what I mean? But it's always been like the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like
I've cut hair for free and I've cut hair for money.
Right.
You know, but I've had regular jobs, you know, tugboat jobs, roustabout jobs, but it's like, you know, it made me happy.
Right. But, you know, those fucking jobs, the reason why I don't like those jobs is because they come at a cost.
Well, like you said, like because you're a slave to it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but there are also like you talking about roustabout and all that shit. Yeah. That comes with like a percentage of death. You know what I'm saying?
For sure,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like, working offshore and shit.
Dude. Risky job.
The reason why you get paid a lot is because like you might not come home.
Yes, you might not come home, and that's why. What the fuck you want?
Yeah, like you know I was gonna go work at the refineries. I was in school for that, and I was like, you know what? I mean, I can make 200,000 a year, but I might get fucking killed.
You might die,
literally.
Yes,
and that's hazard pay. That's
you might get mesothelioma or something.
Yeah, or that,
you know?
or that. Shout out.
Or even, you know, the type of chemicals you fuck
but
with.
But the other thing is you miss a lot of time with your family. So it's like you want your freedom. You want the time of freedom.
And you know it's so crazy. So many people like strive to have that job that you just described.
Yeah, well, I was in school. Well, I was trying.
This job is praised.
34,
people are like, it's highly sought after.
Wasn't for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I even tried going. Like I said, I went to school at 33. I went to college for the first time and like tried a year and a half of this shit. I was like, man, I'm gonna just try to do it. I'm gonna go do that. And I was like, nah, fuck that. I gotta start the podcast.
Yeah.
And I just went back out on my own.
And for some people, that's a goal that they're trying to obtain.
Yes.
For some people, they think that once they get to that, they made it. And yeah, if you're making $100,000-$200,000 a year, you know, in a sense, in someone's reality, you did make it.
Social Security,
and be comfortable and stuff.
Right. You got all that. You got 20 house rental properties, but like, are you?
But I want people to understand you can do what you want and be in control of your time and your health and still have that salary.
Right.
And be happy.
Yeah.
You know, you really, really can.
Tell me how to get that.
Okay.
But on the X, like, so you're married.
Yes.
We know that. And so how's your husband? How has he dealt with your, you know,
my husband's good. Yeah, with my transition, because I was a completely different person with a completely different mindset when I first met him. But I was only 21, so I was very young.
Right.
So we did grow a lot together.
Was he same age?
He's a little bit older than me.
Yeah. So
when I was 21, he was 24. So he's just a couple years older than me.
So y'all grew up together.
And I remember when he was turning 25, I was like, oh my God, you're so old. And like now look at us.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
But
in a blink.
Yeah, I am a completely different person now, but he has just stuck by me and been super supportive like the entire way and not judged me. So when I first got into the spirituality,
that's a real one.
Yeah, like when I first got into the spirituality, even when I first watched the movie The Secret and I wanted him to watch it, he was like, what is this shit?
Yeah, right.
What is this?
I ain't watching this
so
shit.
Because that was his initial reaction, I wanted to like keep it from him. So meanwhile, I kept doing my thing, like researching, learning about it, all of this stuff.
Right.
And the more I got into that, the more I got into the other aspects of spirituality, the astrology, the crystals, the rituals, like taking a little bit deeper, like all of that. So I really wouldn't like do all of that in front of them. He knew what I was about and like what wave I was on, but I wasn't trying to force it on him and he wasn't like judging me or anything. But once I fully like committed, like fully committed, once I opened the store, whenever I started my business.
Right.
So I have like this spiritual wellness business where I sell like crystals, sage, ritual candles, ritual oils, tarot cards, like stuff like that. Yeah.
I got to come see
Once I got into that, he helped me with my business. Like he was basically my investor, like putting money into it and stuff and really supporting me. There was times when I would be like up all night working on it, like building everything from scratch. And he would want me to be like chilling with him, but I was doing that instead.
Right.
And he has been so supportive along the way. So once I started like selling all of this stuff, I was like, this is me. Like, I'm not going to sell these products and not really be into it. Like, I'm really into this now. I am really like staging my house and lighting incense. And when it's the full moon, I'm outside charging my crystals, setting intentions, like writing shit down. And now my husband is right alongside with me.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like, I'll be manifesting consciously, like thinking about something that I want for myself, and it winds up happening to my husband.
There you go.
So he has kind of like taken it on as well. He's not as deep into it as I am, but he is into it.
He sees
he sees that it's real. He sees the effects of it.
Right.
Yeah. So like he's into it too. Like, I never turn it off now. Everyone that I know who's like in close proximity with me knows this is truly how I am. If you see me on social media, whatever shit I'm talking, that is really how I am.
Yeah,
like,
no, I love
all
it.
These products that I sell, I stand behind them. I use them. What you trying to conjure up? I can help you. Like, you want to read your cards? Like, what are we doing?
Well, even when like you got out the truck, I was like, man, you have a good energy. Like, you feel like that. So I can see like you're like living and breathing it. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, plus, I mean, Ray told me about you, but then when I was like, dude, I went to school with her, but it was like you have a different like perception of you now. It's like I guess you like become yourself.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Definitely.
Like your full self.
Uh-huh.
Like you ain't like pretending. Like, back in the day we all tried to act hard and shit. Like, like we don't talk to people.
Right, like that I would never like be this version of myself.
Right.
But
You would probably been like a lot more like I'm too cool, reserved. Yes. I mean, a little bit.
Yes. So I started the business and like right in the middle of the pandemic and everything, but everything happens for a reason because I was still working my 9 to 5, but work had like slowed up at like the peak of the pandemic. Okay. So then I had more time to pour into my business.
Wow.
Like this is when I was first building the store, like starting the website.
Like, what was your job? Like,
I worked at a physical therapy clinic.
Okay.
So
Good
I was
morning.
like I wasn't a physical therapist. I was like the intake person.
Okay.
Like, you know how if you go to the ER, when you first get there, the person, you got to give them all your info,
yeah, right,
blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Which was a good job for me because I'm like a bubbly energy. Yeah. So I'm getting to like interact with all these people all day long.
It's steady.
Yeah.
Good money.
Oh my God. Always busy.
Yeah,
always busy.
I can't imagine.
At the same time, I have raging ADHD. Okay. So I'm constantly like fucking shit up. Yep. But because I have such a charming, bubbly personality and I'm like one-on-one with the patients really like me.
There you go.
And it shows.
There you go.
So like management knows like she's good, you know, like she's good
shit.
where she's at. But at the same time, I'm growing like spiritually while I'm working there. I was working there for like 3 years. Also, side note, like I'm from the West Bank my whole life. Right. But in 2015, I moved to Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, cool.
And that's when I found the secret. Like, this was during that time. So I had just moved to Memphis. I didn't know anyone. I wasn't working yet. Like, my family had just transitioned out of state. And then I found the secret.
Okay.
So anyway, I start learning it, start implementing it, start working out there, creating a whole new life. And then, a strange turn of events happened and we wound up moving back in 2018.
Okay.
So I started working at the physical therapy clinic in 2018 up until just this past year in September.
Okay.
And that's when I left. So anyway, so I'm working there, doing really well, but growing spiritually. And everyone that I work with is not like-minded. Everyone isn't on this wave.
Right, yeah.
Like I said, I got to a point where I'm not turning it off
usually
anymore.
riding by yourself.
Right. So I'm developing the store while I'm working there, and then I launch it. It goes live. And of course, I'm telling my coworkers about it because I'm cool with them.
Right.
So I'm talking to them about it, and they're like, "Oh, it's woo-woo." They weren't hating, but they just didn't get it. Yeah. They didn't have an open mindset. You know how most people are. Yeah, like, "Oh, you talk to rocks,"
they didn't believe
and stuff like that.
Nigga say you talk to rocks.
Talk to rocks.
Yeah, but this is really how I am. Like, I don't turn it off. So at work all day at that job, dude. I have crystals on my desk. So of course the patients are like asking me about them.
Right,
and
That's it.
Every patient who like sits down in front of me, I'm like, "You're a Cancer, aren't you?" Like, I just don't turn it off. That's really how I am.
I noticed you like that earlier when we were talking. I was like, but that's you.
That's really how I am. And all my coworkers knew it and everything, but it just got to the point where I wanted to be around like-minded people.
Yes.
And
like I said, you're riding that wave by yourself.
Right. And I still had to maintain a level of professionalism at work, but I was still very much myself. So once I launched the store and I saw like I really couldn't pour into it what I wanted because I had to still work. Right. I was like, I got to get away from this. Right. I have to make my brand my full-time job. That's when I was like, I'm done with this 9 to 5 life. I want to be in control of my time. I want to live my best life. I don't want to have a salary cap. I want to make the most money I've ever made in my life, having fun, Right. So I started getting even more disciplined and putting more work and intention into manifesting and the law of attraction. And I start writing out my life, like what it's going to be like after I leave my 9 to 5. And I write about it like it already happened. I write it like once I left, the clinic, I am so happy every single day. I get to bring my kids to school and pick them up from school. No more before care. I'm in charge of my time. I can go to the gym. I can cook dinner every day. I am getting 20 orders a day in my store. None of this was going on. I'm still working at the physical therapy clinic, but I'm writing this.
I'm like, damn.
I'm writing all of this in my book, and like just
I thought it happened already. I was like, shit.
Every night when I go to bed, I'm like visualizing exactly how it's gonna play out, how every day is gonna play out once I am living this life. And the thing about the law of attraction is you can never worry about the how, because the how is not my business. Like, all I know is I have this thought, I want it to be my reality, and that's just that. It is going to be. So we don't worry about what happens in between. That's not my business. Like, that's up to the universe and spiritual law to decide. And wouldn't you know it, a series of events happened that led me to leave my job. So I had it in my mind that I was going to finish the year out in December. Like, in 2021, I was going to finish the new year out at my job, and that was it. I was going to leave.
Right.
Full-time vibe check.
Damn.
I didn't know how that was going to happen because I was barely making any money off of my store, but I just knew that that was going to happen. So, you know, months are going by. Then what happens? That hurricane hit.
Yes,
Ida hit.
Damn.
Really bad.
Shout out.
Also,
fucked a lot of us
fucked us
we
up.
talked about that on the last episode.
Yes, fucked us up really bad. So then not only
it had a lot of catastrophe, but it had a lot of new life came,
and it was so left field and so unexpected.
And also
it breathed new life into new projects.
But it also brought back memories of Katrina.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Well, I think every natural disaster, there's something that catastrophic, right? Like,
and then at the time I didn't have kids, so having kids now, and it's like they don't even. Yeah. They can't even say, like, what the fuck is going on? We just at a hotel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they don't know. Yeah. They're like,
no,
nigga, we at Alabama. Like,
yeah. But it's how you react. Yeah.
So, but it fucked me up. Like, so I can imagine.
Too. Yes. So, like I said, we used to live in Memphis, and we like to go back and visit all the time. And we usually go around Labor Day.
Okay.
And that's around the time the hurricane hit.
Yep.
So we had already planned, like, we're gonna go
as usual.
We're gonna go to Memphis for Labor Day, and then we see the hurricane and shit's coming. So we're like, all right, let's just go. We'll just go a week early. We was already going anyway. So we go out there, boom. We're out there like for a day before the storm hits. The next day, I'm sick as fuck. I got COVID so bad in the middle of the hurricane. Me and my whole family, my husband, both my kids, even the dog. I'm not even lying. Even the dog. Our dog was sick.
Hey, but that's crazy because dude, I had this shit at the same time.
Oh, you did too?
Yes, I had the shit at the same time.
Dude, having it while you're evacuated.
Oh, dude.
And it wasn't like...
And I couldn't taste. It was
horrible. Were y'all like in bed, like sick?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And
but I got sick like the day before.
Yeah,
dog,
me
it was
too.
Miserable.
Me
but
too.
I think I probably had this shit twice.
Well, dude, Brandon, shout out Brandon Hutchinson, Noah Flight. He, that's what happened to him. He got sick, and he said it was pretty bad for like 3 days. I was like, damn, dude.
I don't think my shit,
but like I'm talking about like
still
recent.
not right. Like
I'm talking about like last week. Yeah,
damn.
at the thing. Yeah, so it's like I didn't even know that shit was still going around. But he said, I mean, he's like around our age and shit, and like he's.
I mean, I believed it, dog, but I didn't believe it. But when I lost my smell and taste, I was like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, that's like some of the common effects of it. But like some people like have worse effects.
But my shit's still not right.
Right,
like,
what do they call it?
My smell and taste is okay, but I can honestly see how some people do not survive that shit. Like I was so down bad for like a month. I was, and I'm young, I'm healthy. Yeah. Like I work out, I don't have any I don't have any type of conditions. Right. And I think it was just even more severe because I was stressed the fuck out because of the hurricane and everything happening. And thank God my house wasn't like that bad, but once the power came back on, we still couldn't come home because we were so sick. I was like, there's no way we can go home to no power, sick as fuck. It was like the worst flu I've ever had. I don't wish that on no one. I had to go to the emergency room twice. Like there was days I was crying like I really thought I wasn't going to make it.
Damn.
Shit, at the time I had kidney stones at the same
God, that's
time.
so crazy.
Yes, I had fucking kidney stones. It was like on top of being depressed thinking about Katrina, I was dealing with fucking COVID. Like, you know what I'm saying? And my wife, she just like, oh, you need to take the kids to the pool. But in my head, I'm like,
I got kidney stones and COVID.
Yeah, no, but I didn't have kidney. Like the first time I think I had kidney stones, like before. But the second time, it was just like, I didn't want to do nothing because I was out of my element like with Clever Breed and that, like it's like I couldn't do what the fuck I wanted to do.
Right.
And it's just like looking at the kids, so I just wanted to lay the fuck down. Like I didn't want to do shit, bro. That's why I told you on the last one, like I was depressed. Like it was just like fuck. Like I can't draw. I can't.
Yeah.
Right. I was
honestly chilling at first because I hated my job so much. I was like, finally a fucking break. Like I hope this fucking little storm comes so I can be off for a couple of days and go to Tennessee. And then shit hit the fan and I was so down bad sick.
Be careful what you wish for.
Right. I was so sick.
Karma's real.
And look, the whole time that I'm in Memphis, sick as fuck, don't know what the hell's going on with my house, like all this stuff. And I like wasn't even in my house for a year yet. Like we had just bought the house and this shit's happening. So the whole time my job is in contact with us, like trying to keep tabs on us, see what's going on. And I'm telling them like, I'm sick as fuck. I'm not home. And, so all this stuff's going on. I finally come back home. Thank God my house is fine, but I am still so fucking sick. And it's like trying to live out here where it was like a fucking third world country. Like there's no stores open. There's no red lights. Groceries. There's no power. There's no groceries. There's no gas. Meanwhile, my job is constantly reaching out, trying to see when we're going to come back to work.
They don't give a fuck.
And like, it was literally like not a third world country, but you know what I'm saying? It was ravaged, ravaged.
And your job
like,
don't give a fuck.
Shingles everywhere, wood everywhere, no working red lights. Stores barely have anything. I'm still, not only did I have COVID, I had bronchitis too, like because I had to go to the emergency room. The shit was so bad. And I'm telling my job this and they're asking me if I can work from home. Or like, can you please come and start calling patients? And that was just the final straw for me. Again, I didn't like react because I'm so disciplined with my energy. I'm not going to give it out, you know, but I was like, you know what? I think something's speaking to me. Like, this is fucked up. I need to heal. My body needs time to heal. And I think this is it for me. Like,
and you didn't want nobody rushing.
Right. And I've had this little time off during this hurricane. I'm still sick as fuck. And I see like where I stand with this company, like during a time like this. And I was like, you know what? I said I was going to stay here until the end of the year, meaning like December. But now the storm happened in September. I was like, it's time for me to go. There was a little bit of arguments and like my boss had said some crazy shit to me, like telling me you need to come to work. You have to come to work tomorrow on the North Shore, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, nah, like you can't tell me. I was like, I am done. I am done with people telling me what to do, thinking you can scare me for $15 an hour. Like my life depends on it when it don't.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? Actually, I think I'm about to quit this job in the group text. Like in front of my boss and everyone else.
Yeah.
Like we were all in it.
Hey, before I got laid off, that's how the fuck I wanted to do it. I wanted the bitches
I was professional. I did go back.
Fuck that.
But
I wanted the bitches to call me and be like, yo, Ray, you need to be here at this time. And I was going to be like, all right. They would have been like, yo, you were supposed to be there an hour ago. Block. Mm-hmm. That's how I wanted to do it. I swear to God.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen that way. I got laid off.
So before
they'd have been like, man, we was gonna send him his last check. But I was like, shit,
I was gonna get y'all first. But y'all got But it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, it is. It is. I don't know why. I just felt so compelled. I was like, you know what? It's time. Like, this is it. Like, I see where I stand with you. I'm like on my fucking deathbed. And no one is worrying about rushing back to work and you trying to get me. I'm done with this. So before I hit send on that text, I told my husband, I was like, you know how I said I was going to work until December and then I'm, you know, vibe check all the way full time. I was like, the time is now. Like, I was like, how would you feel if I quit? And I'm giving him the play by play, like telling him what's going on. He knows how fucking sick I am, you know? And he was like, you know what, babe? If that's how you feel, then go ahead. I support you. Nigga. He was like, let me read it.
I like this dude.
Real nigga.
He said, let me read it. So he looks at it.
That's a fucking real man right there.
He looks at my text and he's like, all right, send. And that was it.
Nice.
And
he gave it a go ahead.
Yeah.
Did he send it for you? Because I would have.
Basically, what I meant is like, do you got me? Oh, I'm pretty sure he did hit send. He's like, you want me to hit it?
I'd have sent that shit. Sent.
So when I said, like, are you okay with this? What I meant was like, do you have me financially in case like, you know, I can't come through? And how do you feel about this? Like, I'm literally about to quit my job. And he was like, yeah, I support you, you know? And plus he thought it was fucked up, like how they were being because I was so sick. And he was like, get yourself right. And, you know, we gonna see what pops off.
Figure it up.
Exactly. And it took me like the entire September to like bounce back from that shit. And while I was down, I discovered TikTok.
There you go. Shout out.
Now, keep in mind, my store, my brand was like my bread and butter for me. Like, that's my baby. That's my dream. That's what I'm trying to put everyone on. Like, Correct. You know, come shop at my store, get your vibes in check. And my sister kept like telling me about TikTok. And I was like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm not getting on there with all these kids dancing and stuff. Like, I don't want TikTok.
That's how I thought about it too.
Yeah. That's all, because that's all I really knew.
Right.
But apparently there's like a lot more.
There's so much more on there. There's so much more on there. So while I was down, I guess I just got bored. So I got on TikTok, and this TikTok algorithm is so smart. Like, when you first get on it, it's going to show you so many different things. And it kind of like figures out what you like. And once I spent some time on it, I realized there were so many spiritual people on there, just like me. Law of attraction bitches, astrology bad bitches, like, you know, all of these same things that I'm interested in. There was tons of people on there who were interested in them too. And I could tell there were tons of people who were interested and didn't know anything about it. And I was like, well, damn, I know a little something about it. And not only do I know a little something about it, I want everyone to know about it.
Right. And I live this
and
shit.
I live it, and I love it so much. Like, I want to make a career out of it. So I was like, let me start making content on here to funnel people to my store. Damn. Like, I was like, I'm gonna start like doing spiritual stuff on here so people want to come visit my website. And it just kind of grew from there. It was a little bit uncomfortable at first, but really I'm just being myself, like just on there talking my shit. And you know what's crazy is, I mean, you don't know anything about TikTok, but as far as TikTok goes, it's really short content that is successful. I'm talking like 10-second videos, 7-second videos.
They talk about the human attention span.
We got we on there, but like I ain't doing it right.
Well, you need to increase your engagement.
I need to learn.
That's why this is here. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yes.
Yeah, right on.
But what I was saying is everyone is really successful with short form content. And I didn't know that. Like, when I first got on there, I didn't know anything about it. I felt like an old person. I was having to watch like YouTube videos and stuff to learn how to use it. And I have built my big following with long form content. I'm talking 3-minute videos, which no one's attention span is that long. Like, no one's attention span is that long. And I didn't know that. I didn't do any research. I literally just like thought about it, planned it for a second, opened up my phone and was like, boom, I'm just going to start talking my shit. And so if you just get on there and be yourself, it doesn't matter. Like, everyone's like, you have to have short videos to succeed. Bull. I'm on here talking for 3 minutes and I'm mad that it's not longer. Like, I wish it was longer. And
that's why we wanted to give you the platform too.
Let me talk my shit.
Let all your fans know like how you are.
Yeah. So
I think they'd be impressed.
Yes.
Definitely. I was just being consistent, like pumping out my content, and one day I had a fucking video just pop the fuck off. But again, I wrote about this before it ever happened.
Oh, okay. Shit, you left that little part out.
Yeah, I wrote about it just like I wrote about quitting my job. I wrote the same story and boom, it happened a few months later. So once I decided to take TikTok seriously, I wrote about it. Like, all of my content is so well received. I have so many followers, like in great detail. And I keep all these notebooks so I can go back and like reflect. So I can have receipts and see, you know, proof that it's really working. And one day I woke up and my phone was just blowing up. I had so many notifications on TikTok. I went from like 180 followers. And the next day when I woke up, I had like 8,000. Wow. And it kept going up from there. And then I mentioned my store.
Like overnight like that?
Yeah, like overnight. And I was pissed. I was like, damn, this video popped off and I never even mentioned my store in it. Like, I was talking about something else. I was just talking about something.
Well, it's always like something you...
So then I was like, well, damn, all these new followers, let me go mention it. So I posted a video and I mentioned the store, and boom, people started ordering all kind of stuff, like all kind of sales were coming through.
It's amazing.
Yes. And I really had to like step my game up. Like, I wasn't
you're
prepared.
Like, oh shit, I gotta get more inventory.
Look, they sold me out. Like, for the whole month of December, I had to shut my whole store down because it was completely sold out. I didn't have any products.
So that's powerful.
I was kind of sad, like, because I couldn't make any more money because my store was completely sold out, but I was still pumping out content consistently. You know,
but how did you like? I guess my question for it would be like, what was that one video? Did you like hashtag or
guess
like
what? I never planned for it to go like blow up like that. I probably wouldn't have had my hair in a ponytail. I probably would have had like better. My production has like grown so much as far as like lighting, sound, audio, like how I look, the angles, things like that. I just kind of learned as I went.
Correct.
And this one honestly wasn't my best work, but I was just being myself. And I think I was just saying something interesting that a lot of people could relate to. And it just fucking popped off. So interestingly enough, this video is about soul ties.
Okay.
If you've ever heard that term before. So this particular video, I'm talking about how whenever you are having sex, from a woman's perspective, when a woman is having sex and the guy is asking you like, whose pussy is this? Who is it for? Who is it for?
Right.
And when women are like, it's all for you. It's for Eric or whatever. This is all yours. Blah, 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 blah.
Game.
How? Okay.
Don't believe that shit. All the time.
But guess what? If you do believe it, if you truly feel that way,
right.
like if the woman really feels that way and she's saying like it's all yours, it's his, like it's yours, then I'm telling women that's how a soul tie is formed.
Correct.
So then that's when women are like low-key obsessed or really in love.
Even to like a negative energy too.
Yeah, it's usually toxic. It is usually a toxic situation.
That's supposed to be like your one person, right?
Yeah,
right.
So if you're just going around saying this casually to every sneaky link in every situationship, I mean, you could probably get away with it a few times if you're just joking. Right. But eventually, especially from a female's perspective, we'll start to believe it.
Yeah, I would never joke that way for that reason.
And we mean it.
You know
we really mean it. We really do mean it. And that's when a soul tie is formed, because whenever you have sex with someone, you're exchanging energies. The energies are exchanging. You're linking. So, and from a woman, you're telling a man that it's his, like that is your womb, like that is the source of your feminine energy.
Yeah, like, and that's crazy to me, because I never liked the men who would tell women they love them.
But they're lying.
Yes, but you wouldn't mean it. Like, so for me, like as young, I never like. I'm not. If I don't feel that way, I'm not telling you that. Or I don't want to lead you on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah.
You're only gonna say it to the person that you truly love.
So, but men do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
well, a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit like,
I know motherfuckers who call motherfuckers bae in a day. Be like, bae. You be like, you been talking to her for yesterday. You calling her bae already?
Yeah. Oh, I seen a motherfucker say I love you in one day, bro.
Yeah, you be
real
like,
quick. I was like,
I mean, it can be possible.
Yeah.
1 in a million. You know what I'm saying? But
he didn't stay with her. He didn't stay with her. He did that to about 3 of them.
Long story short.
But it's okay. He found the one. Right. He found the right one. Right. Just saying.
Yeah, so I made this soul tie video and it just fucking popped off. I never expected it to, but now in hindsight, I know why, because it's relatable. It's kind of funny. It's interesting. We can all relate to it, especially women.
I just learned something, so that's fire.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So,
but they say it comes when you least expect it.
Yeah, like I did not expect it at all, but actually, low key, yes, I did, because that's how I wrote it, and it happened just how I wrote it.
So that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, it was when you wrote this out, this is gonna be the one that makes it that I didn't care about.
So I didn't write about like that specific video, but when you do these practices, you should be extremely specific. Like when you're gonna write out your dream life, you should be really specific. But I didn't know this specific video, and like not to creep you out or anything, but I'm just gonna tell you like the God's honest truth. Like, I did this like during a new moon. Like I'm really into astrology and stuff. So it was like a whole ritual for me. So it was a new moon, and the new moon is when you should set intentions for like new goals and stuff. So it was a new moon. So like right at the time that the new moon peaked, I went outside with my crystals and my incense, and I was kind of like in a meditative state, like very calm, really, relaxed, probably like hit the blunt a few times, went outside, took my notebook under the moonlight and wrote like my social media and my personal brand are so successful, like wrote it out. Like every video that I post goes almost viral. I get so much engagement. All these brands want to work with me. My store is blah, blah, blah. And this is my full-time job. Like I would write stuff like that. So we had this new moon, and then I did that at like 5 a.m. Then went on with my life, like got my kids ready for school, like brought them to school, that whole thing. Came home, recorded content, the soul tie video. Right. But when I was writing this out, I didn't say like this soul tie video is gonna be the one. Correct. Right. But I did the soul tie video and like 3 other videos. Like, just all different. Like one about crystals, one about whatever, like all these different things.
You're creating content.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably caught that video and
I post them at like certain, like I stagger them the way that I post them. So I posted the videos and which is nothing popped off. Yeah. It was like 20 views on the soul tie video. And I was like, went on about my day. Because even though I'm seeing it only has 20 views, in my mind, I already know, like, it's got 20,000 views. As far as, like, living in your delusion. Right. I'm like, it says 2, but no, it doesn't. It says 20,000, That's how I would live my life. So I just went on about my day, cooked dinner, went to bed. When I woke up the next morning, maybe, like, the next 2 days later, I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck did I get 8,000 followers on TikTok when I had, like, 108 last night?
And how many did the video get?
The video now currently, it's like the highest it got to was like 350,000 views. Views. I had one go like over 500,000 too, like since then, and I got a lot of followers from that one too. But
what happens when that happens?
If you're not expecting it, it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially if you're a little bit like introverted.
Yeah.
Like just depending on your personality. At first, I'm like, okay, this is exactly what I wrote, but it's a little bit overwhelming. 2,000 people just like said something to me. Like 2,000 people just left comments. One asking me questions. How do I take it? How do I get rid of the soul tie? Like asking me stuff like that.
They was fucking some horrible niggas.
No, but which is good because now I can build content.
I've been telling this motherfucker it's his,
good for
but it's
you,
really not his.
But that's why I caught them hoes.
Yeah, so many women could relate to it.
I got
so
like 10
many
soul ties.
Wait, they were like, what should I say instead? Instead of saying it's yours, what should I say?
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Like,
she was Jesus at that moment.
Hey.
Look, she could have told him anything.
No, I was telling
Suck
them.
his balls.
No, I said just moan over the question. Just keep moaning. Just
you need to get you a little live cam and like next question. Yes. Keep rubbing. Keep yep.
Yeah,
it's all his.
They looked at you like.
But it was exciting.
Jesus.
It was exciting and it was validating. Just every time stuff like that happens, it's just evidence that this is real and I am consciously creating my reality, just like I said it.
So, but what happens after that? Like, so now, like, I know you do this full time.
So, once the video popped off, then my store popped off. And I was like, whoa, like I was saying, I'm running out of inventory. I'm like, oh my God, this was all just a learning experience for me. But now I've gotten to where things have I've found a little flow until the next thing pops off, until the next big goal happens, you know? But now I'm to the point where people don't understand with this TikTok shit. You have to do so much work before you actually start getting paid by TikTok.
Right.
So even though I have like a large following, I'm not getting paid by TikTok directly.
Do you know how that process happened? Like when you start getting paid?
I think you have to have like 100,000 followers.
100,000?
I'm pretty sure you do. And I've researched the shit a lot. Like I live there basically at TikTok. Right. So yeah, all the like new shit, I'm always like learning about it, but I'm pretty sure you have to have 100,000 now at this point. But I'm still getting paid because people are visiting my store off of it. Like they're finding out about my store.
I think we got like 6 on the podcast.
And
including my wife.
And
we're gonna be good though.
Yeah. But it's gonna be 6 million soon.
Exactly. Sorry. Yeah.
Say,
it
look,
is.
manifestation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I also have brands like reaching out to me that are like, hey, we want to send you stuff,
That's
or
tight.
and can you post it?
Yep.
And or like we'll pay you if you post this, you know.
Dude.
So
it's branding. That's what I learned off of Joe Rogan.
It's something like power too. Like
they're looking at me like an influencer when that's never what I sought out to be. But I'm
well, I mean,
but it like led you that way. You know what I'm saying?
But you're influencing people on what you love to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the whole reason I started the business anyway, because I want people to
so that's just a platform.
Be on this wave.
Like, you know, same thing with the podcast. It's like, if I want to help the world. Like if I could reach 8 billion people through this microphone, like,
yes. And that's something that I write in my book. I'm like, I'm going to help so many people realize, that they're capable of living their best life.
It was 2000 that hit you up right when this shit went viral. You're like, hey, I need your fucking help. What do I do?
Right.
I'm tired to this nigga. That dick too good.
No. She was in mid fuck. Like, hey, what do I do?
Like, hold on, nigga. Get up off me.
Hey, who you texting? Who you texting?
Listening to this Krystal.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level we can get into. It's like, because like the God thing, or like at that point, it's like people are looking up to you, and it's like then that's like even extra added pressure.
So it's like you have a responsibility now.
Yeah.
And there's been some people say like some sideways shit, like,
well, you got haters, got a lot of haters.
There's haters, and
I love
because
all of y'all.
Like this spiritual esoteric life that I live is so like different from what most people are used to, especially like Christians, very conservatives. there's a lot of like Christians will like come at me a lot. Like, this is against the Bible. You need to go back to God. This is, if I'm talking astrology or tarot cards. Or
well, my wife always yells at me for certain stuff, but certain things, I mean, God got me here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Along with you.
I mean, but everybody has their different beliefs in God, depending on how you were raised. So,
I mean, look, it's all out there. Everything. The whole thing.
Well, the deeper I got into this spirituality shit, it's the law of attraction and everything else, the further away I got from organized religion. And I remember having a conversation with my husband, because when I first met my husband, like I said, I was very different. And so is my husband. And he grew up very strict Catholic. Yeah. So me and my husband went to church together every Sunday, sit, kneel, stand, the whole ass thing, body of Christ, like all of that. And had our daughter christened on Easter Sunday, like in Catholic church in front of everyone. But I always resented Catholicism anyway, just because, all the stigmas and everything that comes along with it.
Yeah, it's kind of judgmental.
It's judgmental. It's very fear-based. And very fear-based. And I remember having a conversation with my husband, telling him that I was done with organized religion. And he kind of didn't want to hear it. Like, what are you saying? Like, why would you ever turn your back on that? And I was like, so after I saw his initial reaction, I was like, I'm not going to bring it up no more. I'm just going to like play along basically. But then I got to this point where I am now, and I started I wasn't trying to persuade him or like tell him what to do or anything, but he's on the same wave as me, basically. Long story short, he believes the same thing I believe. We both feel like I will never, ever again participate in a fear-based, man-made, organized religion. Like, I just never will. And anyone who does, that's your thing. Like,
to
cool
each his
for
own.
you. Yeah,
Yes.
to each his own. I do believe in God and everything, but not fear-based, man-made, organized religion.
Y'all go to like any other ones now? Like,
no, I'm done with it.
No denomination, none of that.
Yeah, no, none of that. No.
There you go, universe, baby.
I'm done with it.
No, I mean, I kind of feel the same way. Not as like I believe in God, but like, my mom always told me, like, the people who run down the church doors, those are the most people who are sinning. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like you hiding. You know what I'm saying? Almost. So I kind of, meaning like I believe in God, but it's like I have my personal beliefs. You know what I'm saying? I do believe there's a higher power.
You don't have to go to a church.
I don't even believe in heaven and hell anymore. Like, I'm so past that.
Really? But I thought all religions had heaven and hell.
Yeah.
Even the universe does not, though. I guess not.
Yeah. This is what I think.
True that. Yeah. I guess
So you've seen the movie Soul?
Yeah.
The Disney movie?
Yeah, he always talk about Soul. This motherfucker.
Fucking Brandon.
Nigga's a soul man.
We literally just watched it again the other night. Me and Brandon, along with Mr. Tommy several times. Well, me and Mr. Tommy.
I feel like in most recently, that movie best depicts what I believe. That's honestly what I believe.
I just was telling him I never seen it, but I need
you
to
should
go
really watch it. And it's on like a kid level, so it's easy to understand.
Eric wanted me to watch that bitch on shrooms.
You
gotta watch that bitch on shrooms.
Put it this way: on a spiritual level, it's scary to think that if that's what it is.
It's scary.
It's not scary. It's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's actually better.
It's actually
so it's like
really awesome.
Is it like
you ain't gonna be burning. Ain't no brimstone.
Is
it like a reincarnation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it, bro. I don't want to spoil it.
You ain't gonna spoil it for me. I'm not one of them people.
The movie's been out for well over a year. If you haven't seen it yet, you're bad. Okay, spoiler alert, because I'm about to talk about it.
On me.
Jamie Foxx.
I'm just putting it out there.
Jamie Foxx did a great job. Amazing.
Like I said on the last one,
and Tina
as
Fey.
always.
Yeah.
Oh, Tina on that too.
Tina Fey's like a main character too.
It was Tina Fey, Jamie Foxx.
I don't know why. I have an attraction for Tina Fey.
Yeah.
She's they did good.
But I think they did a great job with that movie, and honestly, I feel like that's the best way that I could define like how I think it truly is. Like, that's really what I think it is.
And at the end of the day, it's all like that one big force, like that, that entire
one big source.
Yeah, source, yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Crazy.
And
like,
people have
like
different like reactions.
Checking, he was like, checking the
Yeah, something's off. One little beat was off.
Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna let y'all watch. He's like,
yeah, but did you notice how like the new souls, like the little baby souls, they all get assigned to different like traits. Like you're gonna have a little bit of anxiety. You're gonna be a little bit, of this, a little bit of that.
So I'm gonna give you ADHD.
But before all of that, Ray, they were all happy.
Yeah, pure and happy.
Yeah, pure like crazy ass kids doing crazy.
Then they get these human emotions assigned to them, and everyone comes down here to Earth to work out those human emotions. And like really we're all here just to raise the collective vibration and like all learn how to love and create. And
but then you realize like on like life on Earth is like it's you have your own soul.
Yeah,
like, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's pretty far. Like your own like story.
But it's kind of shitty here too because of like the human emotions and stuff.
Yeah.
So
a little bit of everything. Well, I mean, you have life. You have like one thing I learned in the program, like people die. You know what I mean? So like I guess I look at that differently than
what
some
is this
people
program?
do.
I'm not trying to like call you out or be in your business, but what is this
like,
program?
I'm in a recovery program.
Okay, that's
so,
great.
Yes,
I love to see it.
And multiple of them, but
Cool.
I mean, like so, like the 12 steps and all that stuff is so like I go to church with my wife, but at the same time, it's like I have.
Do you like it?
Well, I was raised Catholic too, but I practice non-denomination. I always thought it was bullshit.
Especially
even when I was like a little
always
kid.
Felt that way,
dude. From
especially
like
Catholicism.
Well, the first 2 years being in Catholic school, since I have ADHD, they don't like that. They don't know how to take care of kids like that.
I remember you telling me about
they
them.
basically got rid of me and kicked me out in first grade because they couldn't handle me.
Yeah.
But I remember going to like catechism and like when they had I guess one of the classes where you like sit in like the actual like church and you're like reading the Bible. I was like, man, what the fuck are we doing in here? Like it's just. Like, I guess, like, at like a young age, like, I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
And it just felt weird to me.
I think it's crazy, especially Catholicism. It's so ritualistic.
Well, I mean, I just felt like if I want to pray, why can't I just, like, look up there and pray? Like, why would I have to, like, be told? And, but these are, like, all, like, little things that I thought as, like, a little kid. So people might think I'm fucking nuts. But that's, like, I thought that as, like, a kid. And then they kicked me out.
Oh.
I went to public school, made a bunch of friends.
Yeah, then they threw you in gin pop with us.
Yeah, it was fun.
The city zoo.
Yeah, man. And then I was like, man, shit, so I was like being picked on and ridiculed by like the so-called like Catholic people. I was like, man, it was kind of crazy.
And yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, so that's what happened to me.
It's like the perfect people picking on you, basically. Like they're supposed to have this. Yeah, high and mighty.
Yeah, it's supposed to be better here, safer here, and really, I was getting
and that's
like,
the people that are kicking down the church doors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got bullied too. So I mean, I was getting beat up. Real talk.
Aww.
I fought back though.
Yeah, I think it's very ritualistic, just like my spiritual practices. Right. So most religions and spiritual practices sort of mirror each other. It all comes back to the same source anyway. Right. So I'm not hating on anybody for what they believe.
No.
Right. But I am hating on organized religion for number one, taking y'all fucking money. Yeah. Okay. And much 2, fucking scaring y'all, trying to scare y'all into reforming.
If you really think about it, it's basically population control.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, if you don't believe in something,
then you really just fall into a fucking hole and you'll be so depressed.
Like me and Ray talked about, like when our dad's raising, like if your kid isn't afraid of you, who the fuck they're gonna be afraid of? So you have to establish like that fear.
You have to instill a little bit of fear. You don't want to beat them and shit. Yeah, but you have to just have to.
You have to believe in something. Like you have to believe, like if I live a good life, if I take care of people, if I do the right thing, something good's gonna happen to me and is waiting on the other side. But if I treat people like shit, or if I act like an asshole, like, and don't get me wrong, sometimes I'm like, man, why this motherfucker has got this, or like they've been doing that and they've been doing bad, but like good shit's happening to them. But I believe in karma more than I believe in anything.
I do
and everybody gets it. And
I don't. I disagree. I don't believe in karma
at all.
I mean, yeah.
I kind of don't.
It just doesn't always happen.
I mean, because I feel like
everybody gets it at a different time in their life.
But I feel like this, like, and it's not to
everybody.
It's not to knock anybody who believes in karma, but I just feel like the things that happen to you are supposed to.
Yeah.
So can you call that karma?
Right.
Like I just.
Well, certain things.
I mean, happen. Like if I'm intentionally, like, they say you live by the sword. So if I'm going out there shooting motherfuckers, I'm going to expect to get that. Yes, I feel that. But I feel like people who do like certain things, I just feel like you're supposed to go through that. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? It's also like a learning thing.
Well, everything's a life lesson, bro. Mm-hmm. Everything, every little, everything's a stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? So
like, I mean, that's why I say I kind of believe in it, but I don't.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I think like it depending on what level of age we talking about too, because when you little, you can't really control what happens to you, but as an adult, you can, and so on and so forth.
And one of the reasons I feel like that because I feel like they have some. I mean, they may be receiving karma in another way, but like let's say rich motherfucker who's dirty and politics, but he makes all this money.
Right.
Like where the fuck is his karma? Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
I mean
he may have a little dick.
You know,
it's something like that. You know,
but
he might be depressed. His wife's cheating, something like that.
Or normally he they end up dying, like something.
Or
always,
he's an alcoholic, or something like that, some sort of substance abuse.
Or like I hate saying shit like this, but maybe their kids trouble with drugs, like you know what I'm saying. So there's always
it's gonna come back in some kind of way.
Unfortunately,
probably.
and look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Other thing I learned in the program: good shit happens to bad shit happens to fucking good people every day, and like they keep on smiling. They keep on like there's kids in fucking other countries with nothing to eat right now, but they're happy,
right?
You know, so like there is that, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I kind of do, but I kind of don't.
So
for that reason, because I feel like we supposed to learn a certain thing. Like, yeah, it's a karma, but it's like okay, that's a lesson you were supposed to go through.
Well, there's another word I'm thinking, and goddamn it, figure it out for me, Ray. Fuck. I guess I can't use karma no more.
Right. No, but I mean you can. I'm just saying that's me personally. You know what I'm saying? That's
but when you put it like that, you think you're like,
Yeah, and that's what made me think like that. Like, yo, like this shit was supposed to happen to me in order for me to like grasp that and be like, oh, I can't do that again. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like those things that happen to me.
But is karma supposed to be bad or good?
But I also said that too. That's why it's like I'm contradicting myself. But I feel like there's a good karma because you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
So what up? So that's
I guess that karma is like many meanings. Yeah. If you really think about it. Damn, karma.
Yeah, that's true because
karma's got like a lot of meanings.
That people won't get their karma, but
it's your karma.
I'll make.
But it probably like you don't know how you get look.
Wait, what?
This nigga vindictive.
It's not that I'm vindictive. I'm literally like the nicest person you'll ever meet. Like I really, really am. And I'm not gonna put my energy into
No, but I do believe in shitting on people.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
like I'm gonna shit on you, bitch.
There's a time and a place.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna carve your name into a candle and fucking light it and make sure that like some fucked up shit happens.
She on some hocus pocus shit.
I am on some hocus pocus shit.
She got some needles and a fucking doll.
Some Expecto Patronum, like some Harry Potter shit right here.
Yep.
But look, nobody better not make no action figure of me. I don't need no motherfucking needles.
I don't even do the action figure.
Hey, where's that meat at, bro?
For real.
Yeah, I'll go get it. But I'll go get it. I'm gonna take a little peep.
Is it like what does it taste like? Is it gonna be like fucking absinthe or something?
I think it was like a very rich champagne.
Let me look it up.
Beer.
What am I doing? Let me look it up.
I mean, that's like the best way I could put it. A rich champagne beer that like made me feel like when I drank it, it literally hit me like mushrooms or acid. It was just like pow. But I might have also been on some at the same time. So
it should tasted better. It's almost like taking ecstasy when you drink orange juice.
Yeah, basically.
When we was talking about the Kool-Aid, that's how fucking orange juice tastes. She'd be like, ooh, this fucking orange juice good. I love orange juice more on ecstasy than
it was created for that.
I remember I drank tea one time. I fucking I need something to drink. My mouth dry. I drank some fucking tea.
Citrus.
Wait, this is made from fermented honey?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
you gonna
is this
get
like a Viking drink or something?
Yeah. Babo brought it out a couple episodes ago with me, him, and Jacob, and
you enjoyed it.
It was just kind of wild, but you know what? Maybe we'll try it again and see.
We can try it now. You was talking about it.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab it.
But I had another question. Why Eric go get what you call it?
Mead.
Mead. And he gonna get his glasses charger. But I had a question. I forgot what the fuck it was. I had it in my head. So like on your content on TikTok, like how do you come up with your content? I mean, I know you got like you got the moon and shit. I've been listening to you.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like you probably could go on for a whole year, huh? Kind
of like sometimes I do kind of feel like I get writer's block, but Yeah, because I make like astrology content, there's always something to talk about because there's always something going on with astrology, new moon, full moon, like there's always something going on.
And there's fucking 12 months in a year. Shout out,
yeah, Mercury retrograde coming back next week. Get ready for it. But yeah, so as far as the astrology, but I also create content about like feminine energy. Like I'm really a girl's girl. 90% of my following are female, and I really like that. Really, really love that. It's like a community of like-minded women. So I make content about like feminine energy, and also the law of attraction is like the bulk of my content as well. So I'm just always trying to put myself in the viewer's perspective, like someone who has no idea what I'm talking about, starting from the bottom. So when I look at it that way, like there's so much to learn that I'm never going to run out of content with this. And if there's ever a day when I'm like, sometimes I do have writer's block and I'm like, God, how can I say this? How can I like say all of this to where it comes across in a way that it's easy for people to understand, but it's short and it's catchy as well. So sometimes I feel like I do run out of ideas. So when that happens, I just create content about myself and try to be, you know, relatable and stuff.
Right.
But sometimes it's hard, but I really enjoy it. And now it's gotten to the point where the content creation aspect of it is more a priority than the store.
Right.
It's gotten to that point now.
I mean, because it's going to feed the store, you know, so.
Yeah. So now I like put all of my energy and time and planning into content, but I'm enjoying it. So it's so fun. And I really encourage anyone who even has like the slightest inkling that they think it's something that they want to do, or anyone who hates their fucking job, anyone who hates their current situation, regardless of what it is, right now is the time to really get in front of your camera. You are your own brand. Start treating yourself like a brand and start getting paid for being yourself. Right. Take control of your life, do what you want to do, and start getting paid for being yourself.
I second that.
Yeah, so I like everyone who I come in contact with, I, you know, really try to put them on and tell them exactly what it is that I'm doing. It is work though, and a lot of people just don't want to hear it. Yeah. A lot of people just don't want to break out of the matrix. They just want to stay doing what they're doing. Thank you.
I mean, that's kind of, to me, it's kind of like, you know, certain people don't want to believe that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
it's hard to believe. I understand. It's hard to believe. It's a hard concept to grasp. But I think I've always kind of been like a little weird, like a little out there and very open-minded. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit eclectic.
Like I've always been open-minded.
Yeah. So whenever I came across this law, this concept, this way of living, I was like, why not try it? What do I have to lose?
Come on, y'all.
Cheers.
Don't sip it yet, goddamn.
I was just smelling it.
Let me get in there. Let the nigga in.
Cheers.
Oh, this is good.
See how it like gives you that little back throat hit? That's like euphoric.
Check him out.
It's kind of florally.
Okay, so see, I knew it was something florally.
Yeah.
Damn. Learn something new.
So, do you feel like anything in your past has like led up to this? Like, how do I want to say it? As if like you were led to this from like your first remembrance or anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I just kind of always felt a little bit different and into like weird shit. But I'll be honest with you, before like 2015, this was never a blip in my reality. Like I never even thought about this concept, this way of life and how I live now. So I don't know if anything like led me to this.
No, but I'm like can you connect anything from your past to the way you're feeling now? Like, can you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like what was like the turning point, or like a long time ago, like when I was younger?
When you're younger, like you connected to this, because for me, like as far as like designing and shit, like, you know, I always dressed or whatever, but I used to always draw, but I was never a good drawer.
Yeah.
But I can put shit together, make it look neat, or you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I've been knowing that. I mean, it took me to like maybe a year ago or 2 years ago to be like, damn, I was doing this shit the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of it's what I'm doing now. You get what I'm saying? Hey. So I'm just asking, like, do you have anything that connects you from your past, like younger life, to be like, damn, like I'm doing exactly like, even, or you say you're comfortable on camera.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was gonna say. I think when I was younger, by any means necessary, I just wanted to be a public figure before I even knew what that was. Right. I knew I wanted to, like, whenever I was younger, I used to think I should get into journalism. Like be someone who's talking on TV, like a news anchor, but from a cooler aspect, like a MTV VJ. Remember, like when those were a thing for people our age.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when I was younger, I thought I wanted to be a public figure before I even knew what that was, and something with like communicating. But I never thought it would be this way, like ever. Like when I was younger, I always wanted to be like a public figure in some sort of way.
Yeah, correct.
Especially with like communication. I really thought I was going to be like a journalist, like a news broadcaster.
Like a news anchor?
Like a news anchor.
Yeah. You wanted the platform.
Yeah, and now I am, but I'm just spitting spiritual news, astrological news, you know,
but
stuff
you're just
like
on
that.
a different platform. It's
but
not
let me
like
ask
on
you,
Channel 4.
It's not on cable TV.
Yeah, it's not on Channel 4.
But let me
ask
you, like,
TikTok.
do you harbor your insecurities?
Kind of, I did, but I kind of had to get past that a little bit, like, you know, especially on the internet, people will say anything, like they're very unfiltered, and I am like the nicest, most non-confrontational person that you will ever meet. Like I really am. And when I'm like scripting out my life, like writing out my life story, one thing, it's gonna sound crazy, that I always write about is admiration. Like I always want to be publicly admired, which is kind of like attention seeking, like seeking validation. But just because I avoid like conflict, so because I avoid it so much, I want to be like admired. So I always like try and manifest that as well.
Okay.
Like what you mean? Like as far as like
I don't want to have things to be insecure about. I don't want people like coming for me saying like that what I'm saying is wrong, or talking about how I look or anything like that. But people are so brave on the internet.
You're afraid that somebody's gonna challenge you. Right. Yeah.
And but it does happen.
Yeah,
it does happen.
sure.
And what do you do in it, like when that does happen?
Well, just as many people that are,
like Joe Rogan said, don't read the fucking comments.
Don't read the fucking comments.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm not like on Joe Rogan level, so I do need to engage with my community. Yeah, and for the most part, it is like 90% good engagement and feedback. So I have fun like engaging and responding to comments. But just as many people that wake up and have like a positive mindset, there's that many people who wake up and are like, who can I piss off today? Like some people literally wake up and make it their job to troll the internet.
I've never thought about that.
To troll the internet. So many people have the mindset that like whatever I say, you're gonna say the opposite. Yeah. Like
it's always somebody that's gonna go left.
And this is what I was saying earlier when we got into like the whole religion conversation. A lot of people come for me about religion, like saying the shit that I'm talking about is like, you're gonna go to hell and you need to come back to the Lord and stuff like that.
I think there's always gonna be like people challenging religion.
But there's like the motherfuckers who be on bourbon be like, you're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying?
But people will come for me for anything. Like one time I was making a video about like a full moon or a new moon, and I put like what time it was gonna hit, and this dude was like, just anything I said, he said the opposite of. He was like, but the moon is gonna come at a different time in different time zones. But like in the description, I had the time zones in there. Like I had all that information in there. But people are always just gonna have.
Yeah. Well, he was trying to outshine your shine.
Yeah, he was. He was.
He just wanted your reaction. One of the two.
Yeah.
So now when people leave negative comments, honestly, from a business perspective, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I want engagement. So even if you feel some type of way, if you feel different, if you think I'm full of shit, if you think I'm ugly, if you think I'm going to burn in hell, the fact that you stopped here and said that is only helping me.
Correct.
Like, because
the
algorithm sees that. Yeah. So but like for my brands, it helps. Yeah. Right. So when people say something nasty, instead of like giving them my energy and coming back with some like well thought out rebuttal, I just like thank them for the engagement. I'll just be like, thank you for the engagement.
Hey, and that's what I tell everybody. Like, I mean, I know that's on the internet, but I always tell people, like, smile at them. Smile at the motherfuckers who don't like you. You know what I'm saying?
What did you say? So it's not what did I call it? The C word? It's not
like conflict?
It's not conflict. It's perspective, you said? Wait, no. Shit, I can't think. I'm gonna have to go back.
No, but like, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like
no, like the people that are like attacking you.
Yeah,
I called it damn, I can't remember the damn word.
You gonna figure it out.
But Ray Sean said it's perspective because I was calling it something else. But that makes me think. I was like, damn, he's right. You know what I mean? Because it's everybody's different like perspective.
Yeah, it's everybody, and then like she said, it's also people who wake up just like, who can I piss off? Or it's somebody seeking attention some type of way and who want a fucking response out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Or some people just don't have an open mind and they've never heard these concepts that I'm talking about before.
Well, a lot of people have,
and it can be quite jarring, like to hear me saying.
You need another one?
You know, yes.
And I mean, I think that goes for everybody because it's like how they say it, people get pissed off. It's like when they don't understand like what you're saying. So it's like it's new to them, but it's also like it attacks their
it's just like their beliefs. Yeah,
it attacks their beliefs.
Yes. And that's what the law of attraction is. Once you learn it and implement it, in order to master it, you have to change your beliefs. Like we pretty much all in this country anyway, we all have the same beliefs. Like we've been taught from a young age that, you know, you have to go to school, get a job, work hard, be a good person, have a good morale, worship the Lord, love your neighbor, get a job, work fucking hard, have your little kids, go on vacation 2 weeks a year. And like, that's just it for you. So anytime now I'm on the internet talking my shit, which is the exact opposite of that. And it upsets some people. Like they don't want to hear it because it's just a strange concept to grasp.
Right. But
so of course people are going to challenge it.
You're giving a lot of people hope, which those people that are talking shit about what you're doing, it's like you're actually helping other people that need help.
Right.
And like maybe that religion or whatever it is maybe isn't helping them, but your thing is helping them. So
and it's like I also say it's like
straight.
Like I said about like my grandmother, that's like me going to tell her something new that she never discovered, but she always had that same belief since
she would never want to hear this.
So it's like you going out, you can tell her, grandma, the fucking sky is green, and she'd be like, nigga, what the fuck you talking about? The sky is blue. Right. But you know what I'm saying? She just can't fathom that. She can't.
The older generations definitely don't want to hear it. Luckily, my parents are super open-minded and like welcoming. I mean, they have their beliefs and I have mine. But when I really started like talking my shit unfiltered and telling them how I feel, they weren't mad at me. Look, they go to church and all that stuff, but they know.
They're gonna pray for you.
Yeah, but they know how I am too. Because like I said, I don't turn it off. So whenever I'm talking to my parents, my kids, whoever, like this is how I live my life. I implement these practices into my life. And even though my parents go to church, my mom still like buys me like witch books and like astrology books and like supports my business and will like order stuff from my store.
Because your mom loves you and supports you, which is like true love. And, you know,
and they're like open-minded too, but that older generation, it's hard for them to understand. But that's why every generation we get a little bit more open-minded and a little bit better. Like we learn from, because our parents and grandparents, they just don't know what they just don't know. Like they just don't know. They didn't have this.
Right.
They didn't have this phone where we have like the entire internet at our hands. And for their generation, they were just, all they had was like their parents, what they learned at school, what they learned at church and in their community. That's it. Not very many perspectives and personalities and mindsets. So if that's, you know,
there weren't a lot of freedoms to even like think for
and
yourself.
I think back in the day, like your parent wouldn't let you have a different perspective than what they had. You know, it's like it's blasphemous to them. You know what I'm saying?
And like that's just what you learned and you never questioned it. But my thing is, this is what I told my parents and stuff and people that I'm close to when I start telling them this and how I'm like done with organized religion and like this is how I live my life now with the law of attraction and everything. It sounds so crazy to you, but let's say you grew up basically
it doesn't sound crazy to me.
Let's say that you grew up,
because you're open-minded.
What if you grew up never knowing any religion, like at all, like no religion at all? You never grew up knowing anything, of that, like an atheist, like your parents were atheists.
Right.
You never even heard about it on TV or anything. And then I came to you one day and was like, no, there is a man up there in the sky. You know, he is the Lord, and he sacrificed his only son, Jesus, and he died and he rose on the third day. And if you don't follow these rules that are in this book, you're going to burn in hell forever. And he's watching everything that you do. And if you just believe in him and ask and be good, he'll give you everything you ask for. If someone just came at you and told you that and you never heard that before, you would think it was fucking crazy. You would think it was crazy if you're using logic, if you're just thinking logically. Right. So, but if you were just taught that from birth, you would never question it, just like Santa Claus and everything else.
That's why you question everything else. Yeah, that goes against your belief.
So when I come at someone who's in their 30s, who have had this particular mindset their whole life, and I'm trying to tell them like, well, here's this other perspective, you could try it this way, they're like, that's crazy, you know, just because it's new, you know. And
well, people are afraid of what they don't understand, you know. What's not normal, everybody is afraid of like, you know, oh, that's not normal.
And but like I hear messages everywhere, but like on this Rick Ross album, they say people fear what they don't understand, you know. So I feel like it's like that. Like,
and we're scared of consequences. We're afraid that we might be wrong, and we really might be burning. Like if we don't. Yeah. So some people are kind of like, what happens when I die?
Like, do I really die? Or do I go up there? Like you know, there's always that what if factor.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah. It really is.
It's a good tangent.
It's like you're torn between the two, you know what I'm saying? And it's between what you're taught and what you start to recognize on your own. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. So correct.
It's hard, but like I said, I believe in God, and I think everything happens for a reason. But I'm not running down the church doors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
My mama said, God is with you. That's what she tell me. So, and that's what I always believed.
That's it, bro. I don't need to go tell a bunch of people about it. I could just
right. I don't need to tell you when I pray.
But at the
same
time,
tell you.
Like me and my wife, we go to like a non-denomination church, and it's not bad, bro.
You
it's
probably
like,
enjoy it.
No,
you probably feel better.
Well, no, that actually, like, they just talk about like real problems. Like, it's not like like I guess they would resort like the Bible scripture, but like, hey man, this is like modern day time. So when they translate it like that, I'm like,
you ever heard of Jesse Duplantis?
Yes.
The richest man in Louisiana,
man.
Besides the Bensons.
Yes, but we went there one Easter, man, and his message was powerful, but it was borderline like modern, and you know what I'm saying. So
he like got like the biggest mansion too.
Yeah, he has the biggest mansion in Louisiana. Like,
so he's stealing money too.
I mean, something's going on.
Yeah, he might. Hey,
I went and saw Joel Osteen, dude.
Okay,
let me tell you.
I was just about to start talking about him. Go ahead, say what you gotta say, and then I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
I am what I am. It says I can do what I. Even always makes fun of me because
Don't make fun of him, because first of all,
no, I don't make. I actually
I'm saying don't make fun of you for liking him.
Oh no, I believe in a lot of what he says.
Me too. I believe in everything he says. You know what's crazy? I'm not into organized religion.
I want to believe him,
but I
is what I'm
fuck with
saying.
Joel Osteen.
Yeah.
Number one, his energy. Okay, you feel like so lifted after you listen to him. But after I tell you this,
you ever went to his live?
No, but I would.
It's fire. It's like a concert.
Everything he's saying, he's preaching the law of attraction.
Correct.
The Lord wants you to be abundant.
100%.
He wants you to have this and that, and you should. And he's right, but
he's putting it in a different way.
He's sprinkling a little bit of like the book in there and a little bit of religion, but. Well, at the he is really preaching the law of attraction.
At the end of the day, if you really like kind of listen to it, it's like he's like God's basically telling you like
that you deserve to live your best life.
Like, this isn't like your last fight. This isn't like the last place you've been. You've been here before, like stuff like that. Like you can get up, you can lift yourself up, you can bring yourself higher, but like through the grace of God. So like he kind of segues it like that. But it's
a mixture.
It's good, dude. I mean,
I like him a lot.
He's like.
And that's what I like. Just don't bullshit me. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me sit in front of you and you just say some dumb shit. That's why I said like Jesse Duplantis. It was, if I'm saying it right.
I haven't really listened to him before, so I don't know.
My mom took us, because she's on that, level. But it was amazing to me. It wasn't boring. Like when I was young and I would go with my aunt.
Yeah.
It would just be like I'd be in that.
I know, dude. Joel's got the whole bit. He's like,
He
this
just
is
kept
my
you in
Bible.
tune.
I am what it says I am. I could do what it says I could do. I boldly confess. My heart is alert. My mind is receptive. I will never be the same.
Oh,
in
he
Jesus'
got that
name.
shit to a
God
point.
bless you. God bless you.
No,
Eric got that bitch
I want
down.
to talk about today about change.
Yeah.
that's kind of how he sounds. Something like that.
I like him. I like his
But as long as
but
you're getting out a good message, I'm cool
correct.
with it. You know what I'm saying?
Because he makes you feel like, kind of like Joe Rogan's podcast, he made me
Yeah.
feel like I can do these things.
Yes.
Like I can change
It's
my
like
life.
anybody.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, the energy is very uplifting. But let me tell you this, I'm not even exaggerating.
All right.
So when I was
and it's very organized when y'all go.
when
to
I was
people.
still into
It's very
organized religion, I
Like-
liked him. So I would record it because, like I said, I moved to Memphis. So that's when I stopped going to church.
Okay.
Because I moved to a different state. So I didn't have like a home church yet. So I would watch Joel Osteen every Sunday and I recorded it. Like I had it recorded on the cable thing. So now years go by, I moved back to New Orleans, and now when I tell you I barely watch TV, like
Yeah,
I
same,
barely
same.
ever watch TV. All I do is study manifestation and like stuff like that.
That's good.
But I was like flipping through everything that was in the DVR, and from 2018, I'm not even lying to you, up until now, it's been recording Joel Osteen ever since. Okay. So maybe like 2 months ago, I was like chilling in the living room with my husband and I was like looking through it. I was like, damn, we've been recording it this whole time. I was like, I want to watch it. So I have a completely different perspective now than I did when I first started watching him. I forgot the shit was even recording still.
Right.
And I was like, let me put this on and see what he's talking about. And my jaw hit the floor. I was like, he's talking about the law of attraction. Like even my husband agreed. I was like, that's why I've always liked this man and always wanted to hear what he had to say.
Right.
So it's kind of connection. It's
He's got a lot of controversy.
Circle.
He's got a lot of controversy on a lot of shit.
he does.
But, I mean, like
he didn't
who
let
doesn't?
them people evacuate
Yeah, I
in
mean,
there when it was flooded.
I think
so.
if you're open minded, you're gonna get a lot of controversy.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
well,
'Cause-
you can't save everybody, right? I
Right.
mean, at least that's what I don't know, man. I wasn't there, so I don't want to talk. on it.
Right.
But,
Some people don't want to be saved.
Just like people like, oh, why doesn't Elon Musk use all of his billions to save the world? Well, I mean, he's trying, but it's just not like how you think he should do it.
Right.
Maybe he's trying in a different way.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know. So I mean, I get that. It's like I'm sure he does help people that nobody fucking knows. He's probably like tips people.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does shit that like none of y'all know about because he don't have to fucking tell you that. He's
Right.
like not publicly displaying that. He's
And
like,
we're on
I mean,
two different realities.
Yeah, even him buying Twitter,
Completely
I
different.
feel like it's gonna help. You know
freedom
what
of
I'm saying?
speech. Freedom of speech.
So it's like
he
he's
wants everybody
taking
to have a voice.
that away from, like people canceling people and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, so like, that's what I'm saying. He's like he is helping change a lot of things. Just
not the way people want it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's understandable.
It's a fire episode.
Yeah.
It's a fire episode. How you feel?
I'm feeling great. I love like spreading this awareness to as many people as I possibly can because like we were saying earlier at the beginning, there is enough out here for everyone.
Everybody.
Yes.
So I don't need to gatekeep. I will tell you the exact recipe, give you the blueprint, put your sauce on it and flip the shit. Like I always say, I'm not different than anyone else. Like if I can do it, you can do it. Find what your purpose is. For me, it was spirituality. And also I'm very much a girl's girl. So I'm really big into feminine energy and teaching women how to harness theirs and cultivate theirs and use it in their life. So once you can find something that you're passionate about, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. I'm guaranteeing you there's other people out there who are interested in it too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So
You're gonna meet Victoria
you
one
can
day.
find your people,
Right.
you can talk your shit together and live your best life and get paid to be yourself and stop being a slave to this matrix ass cookie cutter life, selling your time and energy to someone else, helping them create their dream. And if that's where you are right now on your journey, that's fine. Like we've all been there. We all have to be there at some point. But just know that there's so much more past that. Like that's just a stepping stone. Like your 9-to-5 job.
100%.
No matter how hard you had to work to get it and how happy you are for it, I'm happy for you too. But it's just a stepping stone. There's so much more.
That's kind of like what I say now. Not to cut you off, Eric,
baby.
but
No,
I
you got it,
also
baby.
say like when I was younger, I used to think like I'm working for them, but now it's like you're working for me. Like if I have a job, you're working for me because I'm gonna use the income I get from you to do what the fuck I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
you got it.
It's like, but back in the day it was like, oh, I'm working for them. But now it's like, no, I'm gonna work for me.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. And not to sound like a bitch or anything, but this is really how I think. Like this main character complex.
Yeah.
I really have this main character complex. Like
it's just you.
And
when you hopped out the truck, like that was immediately who you were. Because I was waiting to see.
Keep talking about that hopping out the truck. I wonder how she jumped out that bitch. The doves come behind her.
It was the aura. It was the energy.
It was all nice and like, and I was like, oh, he's not gonna like park in the driveway. I didn't know. I thought he was coming to hang out. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. I was like, all right, bye. She's safe. Like nobody's gonna kill her. Cause she came into our house. Like random neighborhood. But no, she was just like from the moment I met her, and at the same time, I was like, man, I wonder if she's gonna like act different. Like because that's what you're looking for. Like you want to see like. What's the personality?
What's the vibe? Yeah.
What's the vibe? And dude, it was like amazing. She loved Maya. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm so not a dog person, but
Maya loved
like
her.
The cutest dog.
Maya loved her. Maya was up her ass, and she was like, man, she was like, So that's what I told her. Like but Maya senses.
And
like,
I'm a girl's girl, and it was a girl dog.
Yes. And but, she is.
Do you have pets?
Yeah, one that I didn't want.
With the Doberman?
Yes.
So she probably smells it on you.
I'm not a pet person.
We were talking about that shit earlier. We were talking about Brandon too.
Yes, I'm not a pet person. That's my husband's dog, but the dog is obsessed with me. Like I have no choice but to deal with
it's the energy. I think
nigga seeing all them crystals.
Yeah.
Oh, I put crystals on him. Like I have videos where I put crystals on the dog.
She done put the voodoo on his ass. He like
I blow
like fuck that in there. I'm going by this.
When I smoke, I like blowing guns and stuff.
She be getting the dog high. No wonder he loves you.
She be like, yes, man.
And then go straight to the dog bowl.
Yes.
He's like, where them snacks at? Daddy didn't put these bitches out.
Where the Scooby snacks?
Something I was about to say, but I got distracted.
I know. I'm sorry.
What were we saying?
We saw it. We like
just talking about the financial freedom and then the dog. So how can as of right now, how do people find you on TikTok?
So on TikTok and Instagram, it's Culture of Krystal, and it's all with K's. Culture and Krystal are both with K's.
Right.
But you have to make sure it's really me, because one thing I've learned is that's how I know I'm doing good. All kind of fake pages have popped off. Like people are downloading my content.
I wouldn't want that shit, but I can't wait now. Like it's just nigga, create a fake page about me.
They put a fake dick on it. That bit big.
They do a good job.
That ain't my dick, but I'ma claim it.
No,
hell yeah,
it's not like that. It's not like that. But people are saving all of my content, or they'll download it, or they'll screen record it and just make a whole ass fake account.
A whole fake person.
It'll just have one period in the name that's different, to where it almost looks exactly like my name. Wow. And they are building fake pages, and I've seen multiple of them pop up, and they're really good at hiding it.
Scary.
They block it.
It's scary,
me, so
but it lets you know you're doing good.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm doing something for somebody.
The content is good enough that people want to copy it and steal it.
But is that how people get hacked and shit? Because I mean, that's what I guess that would be my question. Because I get all these fake accounts all the time.
This is what happens is people will use my likeness, especially since I'm a spiritual content. Now I ain't no psychic, and I don't claim to be a psychic.
Right. You're not Miss
But
Cleo.
People will if I was, I would be Miss Cleo, because I would be fraudulent as fuck, because I'm not a psychic. But
yeah, you would.
But they'll gain a bunch of followers, or they'll go see who's following me, and they'll DM them pretending like they're me and be like, hey, do you want a reading? I'll read your tarot cards for $25. And then someone who they think is me, they'll go and pay this fraudulent person. And I don't even do that. That's not even a service that I offer.
Damn. So people making money off of you.
Well, I don't know if they're trying to, off of my likeness. They're trying to. I've stumbled across quite a few fake accounts now where people are copying me.
Well, y'all heard it here first, folks.
It's Culture of Krystal on all social media platforms with all K's.
What I'm saying is she's not selling that shit for $25.
Yeah, I will not DM you. I'm not gonna offer you a reading, nothing like that.
She's not like that.
No.
She don't need your money. She just
I want you to buy crystals and sage and candles.
Correct.
If you need relationship advice, if you need to know how to harness your feminine energy, I'm your girl.
If you want to be educated.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I got a fucking I feel like I went back to school.
Yeah.
Big time. But college.
I told you, and she had posted a video. I don't know which one. I reposted it. What was that one?
I think it was the one about how
it was about a brand.
Everyone should treat themselves, their time, their energy, their opinions. Treat yourself like you are a brand, your personal brand.
Correct.
And you should be a high value brand, not a great value brand. You should be exclusive. It's the art of exclusivity.
Well,
be exclusive. You are not for everybody.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get on Spotify. Exclusive.
Yes. Look, I want you to.
Man, thank
I want you to.
I'm
gonna be on there with you.
It's a manifestation.
Like I told you, I said I'm not Joe Rogan yet, but I mean, like if I make it, you make it.
Yeah.
So
No, nigga,
this
you
is what I
Eric
was saying.
Felgu.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
This is what I was saying.
That's a hallmark name.
There you go.
Let's do that.
Ooh, I like
When
it.
I was talking, I was trying to say this humbly, but I do kind of have like this main character syndrome. This is the mindset that I have, and I encourage everyone to have the same mindset. Like, you know what you're worth, and your time and energy is valuable. So don't put things on pedestals except for yourself.
Right.
Like, I want this, my dream car, this next car is this one that's on my phone background, and that car is not above me. Matter of fact, that car is lucky that I even want it.
Right.
Like, that car wants me.
Correct.
You dig.
That car wants me to be
Mine
in it.
equals
That
blown.
bitch want me to drive.
Yes. And that's how I think about when I
might
post content.
I might do it.
I'm like, TikTok's lucky I'm even here.
You did.
Possibly.
You know?
You did.
Low key, I'm having fun doing it. I love it. But that's the mindset that I have. Humbly, though.
Right.
But it's to yourself. It's not like you in the world. Like bitch, y'all should be happy I'm on
me
TikTok.
if I have insecurities. But yes, of course I do. But I do have a bit of like main character syndrome. Like,
because I think a lot of people wouldn't do what you do. That's why I asked you, because of insecurities.
Yeah.
And it's like people don't take pictures.
Yeah.
Yes. And
you just have to take that leap.
And I'm kind of in that phase, but I know I'm going to grow out of it.
I used to
Thanks
be scared
to
of
Eric
what people
and
would
the
think.
Podcast.
I just made a funny TikTok about this the other day, about how people I went to high school with, old coworkers, distant relatives who maybe I'm not that close with and don't really talk to that much. Like, my sister went to a family baby shower or something that I couldn't go to. So she went, and she sees like my distant cousins that I haven't seen in a while. And they're like, oh, I saw Krystal on TikTok. What was she talking about? Like,
ooh,
girl, I'm over here talking about soul ties and
hey, you're right,
you know, shit like this. Right. And my cousins who I haven't seen in a long time
it's
self-explanatory.
Like if you listen, you can get it, but you gonna still go and say, what was she talking about? Like, bitch, listen.
Right.
Like,
but just because it's so different from how I used to be.
Well, I just think that sounds like a hater.
And it's so off the wall.
Yeah.
So, but you have to get past that because
you really do.
She drank a hater.
That's not who I'm creating content for.
Yes.
Anyway.
That's why I
like, that's
Eric,
not my target audience.
I tell
anyway.
Eric all the time.
Hey, look, I hate to say it, but she ain't listening.
Right.
It's to nobody.
And anyone's opinion of me is really not my business. Anyway, you know.
Posted that same shit.
Like, whatever
what you think of me is not my fucking business.
Right. Hey,
what you think of me is not my business.
And I reposted
and
it.
it's easier said than done. Like, you know, we're all humans. You can get caught up in the fact of
my feelings get hurt too.
Yeah.
You know,
but that's why I always say just hit send, because you gotta hurry up and hit it, because if you think about it, you're not gonna.
You'll think yourself out of it. One time I got high and almost deleted all my content, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? Posting on TikTok." What the fuck am I talking about astrology and Mercury retrograde and all this shit? I'm like, people, because sometimes as I get older,
you wonder like, what the fuck am I doing?
Like, my mindset is so different. It sometimes increases my anxiety.
Yeah,
so one time I like got really high and I was like, this is so dumb. Like, what the fuck am I doing on here?
Was that good.
And I did delete, but I wanted to delete my content. And the next morning when I woke up, I was like, why would I even think that? Of course I'm going to keep shooting content. And I wrote out all my content for the next week and got straight back to it, you know?
Right.
But I had to remind myself that these people from my hometown and people I went to high school with, that is not my target audience. I'm not making this for them. So I don't care what they think anyway. Right. But surprisingly, most people that I used to fuck with like the content. Like, they fuck with the content, you know? So
I definitely have
been pretty cool.
I've had a lot of good feedback for everything that we've been doing too. So
I mean,
appreciate everybody.
I feel like that's genuine people, but some people ain't. You know.
Yeah, you're gonna have a few.
People are always gonna project their fears onto you.
Yes.
Too.
Like, you're gonna have a few haters.
Like, that shit's not gonna work, and you know.
But they were hating on me before I started this too. You know what I'm saying? So it opened up to a new light. I'm like,
and that's why I tell Eric, you, we got to keep going. Fuck. What we think we gonna put out another.
I forgot who the fuck I was.
Yeah.
I didn't forget. I just was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Keep going.
I forgot who the fuck you was.
I don't see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see you.
Well, it's like David Goggins said, bro. He'll wake up and just sit next to that bed looking at them fucking shoes for like an hour before he puts them on. But you're going to put them shoes on.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so it's like I'm going to get up and still live the life that I want to live. So, you know, like that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, because we all have those thoughts. I had that plenty of times, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
having a whole ass crisis, identity crisis.
Yes, and it's like you got to crack out of it.
Imposter syndrome, and I'm sure you can relate to this. Like, even though I know I'm well versed in this subject, I've studied it, I've implemented it in my own life, I have receipts, and I do it every day, and I'm happy to do it. Right. Some days I would have these moments where I'm like, who the fuck am I up here talking this shit? Not even with the content creation, but even with opening my store. I'm like, I ain't no fucking business owner.
Is that like doubting yourself?
Yeah, like being like, who am I? Little old me? Like little old me? How can I expect people to want to follow me and even listen to what I'm saying?
And you know what's so hard part for me is like, I hate to be, you know, I hate to contradict myself, but I had to tell myself like, wait, we all contradict ourselves because our beliefs and thoughts change every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could think this way yesterday, but today I'm thinking a whole different way.
Correct.
So it's like I'm gonna contradict myself. I may say some shit on here that I may believe tomorrow, but tomorrow I might not believe it. But it's me being open-minded. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that was how you felt at the time.
Yes.
And like you keep learning.
You're allowed to change.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like what, episode 3, we had a lot of different viewpoints, and like we could sit back and watch that now and be like, damn, but we still got a lot of same views, but I learned from that episode.
It can sound kind of like bitchy, but I don't mean it that way. I mean it humbly, and I want everyone to be that way, to stop taking things off of a pedestal and put yourself on the pedestal. Like,
correct. Like actually like be a cheerleader for yourself.
Yeah. And like, this is the mindset I used to have before I got into spirituality, and like when I got like my first big girl job, I was like so scared to be late, to ask for time off, to get in trouble. Like, I was so scared to do anything. I felt like I was so lucky to have this job. Right. Whereas in reality, they were fucking lucky to have me. Yeah, like, they were lucky that I was there, giving them all of my energy, my personality. So that's how I think now, and that's how everyone should think. Right. Like, Target is lucky that I'm even here, that I want to be here. Right. Spending my money, my energy, I'm making an appearance. Yep. And that's how Kanye is too. Like, you're lucky that I even showed up to this shit. My presence is a presence, kiss my ass. Like, and I think everyone should think like that.
How Hov said it? You should be happy to be in my presence. I should charge you a fee. You did.
Yeah.
I should charge you a fucking fee.
Especially because I never turn it off. So any casual conversation I have with someone is like this.
Yes.
So take this little free game I'm going to give you in these few minutes that you have my time, and be lucky that I gave it to you. Like, I hope you do something constructive with it, you know?
I mean, I hope
I put you on.
Dude, I hope people going to repeat this one a bunch of times. I know
My
Ray's
hope
going to
is,
watch it about 8 times.
Yeah, you know I watch them bitches all
I can't
the time.
I can't wait to timestamp it tomorrow morning. Shit. I'll send you all the raw footage too. Yeah, it's awesome.
But it's
informative.
It's amazing though.
You know, because like now your fan base gets to see you from like, you know,
a personal perspective.
Personal level.
Yeah, like I mean, do you feel like you've represented yourself like that tonight?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
this is definitely who I am.
I think you should start a podcast.
And it was like so easy for me.
She's just natural with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I told you. You know, like like you. And that's what I told my niece. Like, you need to go ahead and see what Krystal got to say, because
I can say, if let's say
I think she inspired.
She's a perfectionist, you know.
If something I never created any content before, like if you just threw me here and put these headphones on me with this microphone in front of me, I would have been so fucking scared. Like, especially hearing my voice play back and stuff like that.
That's why I was asking you about like lighting earlier. I was like, oh, did I do a good job? Because I'm like still learning, you know, myself, like how to do all this shit. And
but like I said, we always critiquing ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, 100%, dude. Yeah. Well, I mean, because we want it to be perfect, you know.
Yeah. So sometimes it takes me 3 hours to edit like a 20-second video. Because I'm just really trying to nail it. Like,
but that's why I love all.
But it's my job
of them.
now.
I love all of them and all y'all, because y'all validate. You know, like we validate Eric for, you know, what he's doing and how he speaks and everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's all the validation I need.
Right.
Put it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have Brandon and he validates, you know, the shit you're doing. So it's like if I think of it like this, like I have no one to upset but my children. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you have no one to upset but Brandon and your children. So that's how I look at it. Like I don't fuck everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So
till you start getting them followers.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can.
Well, yeah, but like she's using it for a positive influence, as you would, as I would. Like it's like you're trying to help people, which is always the goal, and that's awesome.
Or bring a different insight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean, you got something out of it tonight?
She loves it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's like you're inspiring somebody right now. Before it even goes out there, and which it will.
And that's why I told you she needed to be heard and she needed to be seen. So,
yes, I'm trying to put everyone on.
Thank you for bringing her.
Because I can relate. I think so many people can relate to the version of myself that was here a year ago where I hated my job. Even though it was a nice job. It was a good job. It really wasn't hard. And I could have just stopped there. I could have just worked.
You didn't feel fulfilled.
I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't around like-minded people. I was tired of having to like conform and not be in charge of how my time was. And I feel like a lot of people there, the majority of people are there. Like right now, that's how they feel. They're working at jobs that they don't like, scrimping and scraping, not making enough money, not being in charge of their time. And you can break free from that. You really can. You don't have to like just get lucky and hopefully you win the lottery, or hopefully you come up. You can come up. I can guarantee that you can come up. Right. And if you change your mindset, like get your mind right and change your reality.
It's crazy you say the lottery, because like I had that conversation. I forgot with who, but they were like, what you'll do if you win the lottery? And it's almost like I don't want to win the lottery. And it's for the fact that it's like I want to build something. Like if I'm known for having money, it's not because I've just fucking hit the lottery. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I want to do something. I want to be remembered for my children and other people. Like so it's just like I can't.
You want to like build a brand and have it be that way on your own. Yes. Look, I don't care. I would be cool with winning the lottery. Honestly, I mean,
I would be cool with it, but I'm just saying it wouldn't be nothing that I built. Yeah. It's not something I can stand on and be like, oh, nigga, I did this shit. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It'd be like a handout almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't gamble anymore, but if I was still a betting man, I would bet it all on myself.
Yeah.
So if I did hit the lottery, I would probably just invest it. If I got 50 million, I'm gonna take
and that's what I say. It's like I help my people too.
Right.
Use the money to make money.
I still would want to build a brand. Right. You know what I'm saying?
If I won the lottery, I would put it into like my brands and everything. But it's funny that you mentioned gambling. It's the same thing with this money shit, like with manifesting. Just like I can manifest a job that I want, you can manifest money. Correct. But most people's money mindset is so fucked up, and I can relate to it because I was the same way. I'm still fighting to like change my mindset with money. We have all been raised to think that in order to have money, we have to work our asses off. So that's why we're a slave to these jobs. We have to work our asses off and fucking earn it and scrimp and scrape. But once you master this concept with the law of attraction, you can learn that that's not the case. Right. Money is energy and it's always flowing, and we can be abundant. There's enough out here for all of us, and it's not hard. It doesn't have to be hard, but it's hard to make yourself believe that because we haven't been taught that our whole lives. It's hard to make yourself believe that, and it's kind of scary too. It's kind of scary to let go of that.
It's that doubt you were talking about earlier when we get that feeling like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Is that.
And it's harder when you have like kids and like people depending on you to leave like that structured 9-to-5 life and like fully commit to yourself.
Well, yeah, because it's the what if factor again. Yeah. Like what if I fail? What if I don't make it?
But you just have to know that there is no other option. Like this is how it's going to play out because I said so. Right. And it's going to happen just like this. And that's the only option that I'm going to accept. I'm not going to accept anything other than that in my reality.
Right. And you're living it, and you're putting in the work. It's not like you're not putting in
there has to be some affirmative action behind it.
Yeah, she's actually fucking working her ass off.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to actually, talk about earlier is like, you can manifest these things, but they have to be with action.
Like you said, she said, like 250 videos.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize that. Like I just realized that that today.
So you've been having a lot of practice.
I've really been pumping out content.
Right. You're working.
Yeah. Not only am I visualizing and
that's a lot.
scripting and like doing
I'm only 14 episodes in, so that's
doing
a lot.
all these manifestation techniques, but I am putting affirmative action behind it as well. So
you're working.
It's not all daydreams and like lighting candles and making wishes and stuff.
And just thinking this shit gonna magically appear, like you got a fucking Barney bag or something.
I'm not gonna lie, like visualization has really changed my life. So I'm not gonna lie. It's not that I haven't been pumping out content, but daydreaming and visualizing the exact life that I have now.
You started living.
You start living in the end. So I got it in my mind, like, okay, if this really was my job, if I worked from home full time and I was only working on my brand, how would I be? How would I think? What would I do? So I just started acting like I was that person. I just started acting like that version that I was dreaming up until I became her. Right. And now I am her. Right. And now I'm working on the next
Sasha
version.
Fierce.
Yes. Now I'm working on the next version. Like it just keeps getting better and better, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let me read y'all this because somebody sent me this, I think yesterday. It's Jim Carrey once said, if you're not willing to downgrade your lifestyle for a year to have a lifestyle you want forever, you care too much about what other people think. What you think?
Yeah, I think that's true. I've had to like sacrifice a little bit and stuff to get to where I am. Not only have I had to sacrifice, so has my family, like my husband, in order to be able to support me. So yeah, I would agree.
Mm-hmm. Do you, what I wanted to say, do you think like, I had it, but I lost it.
You lost it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Jim Carrey's
it's gonna come back to me.
Jim Carrey definitely practices the law of attraction.
Yeah, he's
definitely.
a beast.
Yeah, he believes in it. He talks about it all the time.
Yeah. I think a lot of them do.
A lot of them do. Oh, but this is what I wanted to say about the money thing. So it's hard to break free from this like shitty money mindset. We mostly come from a place of lack and we focus on what we don't have, especially if you are not financially abundant. It's really easy to just put all of your intention on being broke and being like, oh man, I got to pay all these bills. As soon as I get paid, my check is gone instantly.
Right.
And when you keep saying these things to yourself, you are just validating that belief. Therefore, you're just going to keep creating that, more of that, you know? And when I mentioned like the lottery thing, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to win the lottery and come up, especially like in a casino perspective. Like as far as energy goes, when you think about what's kind of energy is floating around a casino, it's really not healthy. It's not like the type of energy that you want to be around.
No. Erica, speak to that.
Like for the most part, for me and my husband, we're really not gamblers at all. Right. So like if we go there, let's say we just say, okay, we're going to take like literally $100 each. That is it. Right. And let's just go play these slots or play these cards. $100 is nothing. We'll probably like, I mean, for someone who's a big time gambler, $100 is nothing. But for me, it kind of is because I don't gamble like talking about
$20.
I could think of 100 other things I'd rather spend it on. But let's just say I'm gonna put a limit on it. We'll be like, all right, we're just gonna spend this little $100 and that's it. And we might have our fun and we might flip it to 300. Maybe we might only pay enough to get our parking validated. Maybe like that's it. But then that's it. We can just leave it alone.
Right.
But think about what energy is in there. Everyone in there is coming from a place of lack. Like most people aren't in there just like having fun. Like I mentioned, me and him, like we might just go in there with $100 once a year, maybe. Like the casino's not even a blip on our radar. Like we don't even think about that.
Right.
But for the most part, people, they're regulars in there. They're like always in there. Yes. They might have hit a couple times and they're still chasing that hit. So they're in there vibrating on the wave of lack, of not having, of like trying to get the next one, like you're anticipating it, and you just ain't gonna be abundant like that. Like you cannot manifest money like that.
I think
with that lack mindset.
Eric, you know the hard way of it, right?
Oh, all day, baby, 100%. That's what I went to rehab for.
Yeah,
compulsive gambling.
I can.
But it all stems from depression. So like you said, the lack of.
I was about to say, I can understand compulsion. Like I've never
so the addictive
had like
personality,
a problem, but I've definitely had addiction.
Well, so addictive personality can just become like
it'll just manifest in different ways.
So like some people are addicted to alcohol, some people are addicted to cocaine. You know, I was addicted to both. Not the alcohol, but the cocaine and the gambling. But what I'm saying is, it's like
those are some rich man addictions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, yeah, I know, right? I got an expensive habit. Because I thought I saw myself in like that perspective, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to live that life, but the point is, I guess like I was.
So you were on the right path. You were just kind of your execution.
I was good at it. I was good at it.
So I need you to take that same energy.
Yeah. Oh, that's I put 100%
positive
podcast. Yes. It's all in this podcast.
That's what we talk about. Positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 100% from
positive addictions. That's what we talk about.
Oh yeah, you were putting the energy just kind of into the wrong thing.
Like my wife tells me, like she's like sometimes like I feel like you're just getting real crazy with it, or like you're getting real like addicted to it because like that's my personality. But I said, I have to if I want to be successful at it. You know, just like it's like when I ruined my whole career with the gambling and all that. It's like because I took it to that level of trying to become like that was my job.
Yeah, you put so much into it.
Yeah, but it was like a lot more than that too. But it's like so with this, it's like with you, like with TikTok, you are using that as an outlet to not only make money, you're building your brand, like so you're using it for so many things. It's like you're just creating that addictive personality.
Oh,
but
I definitely am.
Right, but it's creating success. Most addicts are like super successful if they
execute it the right way
correct.
and put the energy into the right thing.
Or if they stay repetitious. Like you just gotta keep
repetitive.
Yes.
Hey dude, it was what you think? How long have we been at it, B Money? Yeah. Well, more like something. How you feel?
I feel good.
I feel good.
I love it.
How y'all feel?
I'm still thinking about the question that I had, but I'm trying to.
I'm trying to forgot it. Oh, you're trying to remember it?
Bro.
Yeah, it was something about the Jim Carrey.
Well, I mean, Krystal, you're definitely gonna come back though.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, what? How can people like? What's like moving forward from here? What's like the next step for you?
Okay, so the next step for me is to continue talking my shit. No, spreading the conscious word and trying to make other people conscious as well, like to break free from this matrix. I want to help as many people as possible understand that you are in control of your reality. You don't need to be unhappy, whether you're unhappy with your job, your physical appearance, your relationship, your financial status, whatever it is, you have the ability to change it with your minds and the law of attraction. And if you are interested in learning how you can live your best life, follow me on all social media platforms. It's Culture of Krystal with all K's on Instagram and TikTok. And also, if you need to get your vibes in check, you can shop for spiritual wellness supplies at vibecheckshop.com. I'm also on Instagram as well. Yeah, so you can holla at me on all three of those.
Chris is gonna put all that in the link in the bio for us. Yes. I want to make sure of that.
And you can tell she's been doing it because you could.
Oh, dude, she's great.
Flowing.
I mean, like I'm just kind of like I feel like I'm fanboying right now. I'm like, because like I look up to people like you. You know what I mean? Like you're doing what I'm trying to do. So thank you.
And
thank
so
you for
there's
that.
no coincidences, and so crazy how everything has gone full circle. How
Correct.
when I was riding the bus with you in middle school, I had no idea
Who
that I would be sitting next to you with a microphone.
Not knowing though, me and her were somewhat of best friends, and me and you were somewhat of best friends.
Well, I remember y'all hanging out in school though, so I remember I mean, you just never know who you're going to, I guess, attract or who like you're going to run back into. You know?
Or who you're gonna cross paths with.
And
like,
not only that, it's also like the people you stick with. Like we talk to Eric.
Yeah, I mean, y'all have been friends for a super long time.
Yeah,
so
but
like y'all have.
But even if you don't speak for a while, it's like I can always go back to a relationship.
Like me and you, dude.
Yes. So it's like, I didn't.
As soon as I reached out to Ray, it was like right where we picked up where we never.
Yes. And I feel like we never had that gap. You get what I'm saying?
No.
Like there never was that gap.
And look how different I imagine both of you are from like the time you spent apart till when you come back.
Yeah, we still got that same fucking goofy ass mentality, but like we're grown men now. It's like he's got kids and a wife and a family. I have a wife, and it's like it's crazy. It's like, but we're still like at heart like those guys.
Yes.
At heart, this person that's trying to. Hopefully help people.
It's genuine.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like it's hard.
There's no other way.
So and that's one of the reasons I told you I wanted Krystal to come and be on here, and not only for her ADHD, but also
I forgot we had
also because there's a connection. It's just if you get what I'm saying.
Well, it's all part of the plan, right? It's like there's certain things that these doors that have opened, as you would say, in my life, and you know, you have the opportunities or the choices to like walk through these different doors, you know, and it's like, you know, different paths are placed in front of you. So it's like, it's really up to you.
Yes.
And so like, I kept telling myself, like, I'm going to, sometimes it might not be the door that I thought I was going to open, but I got to take it anyway. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I would normally, the old Eric would never do that. But like, I'm gonna just, you know, I would be closed-minded. Yes. And it's like, nope, because you keep doing the same shit and you keep getting the same result. They call that insanity.
Yeah.
So it's like, ever since I started changing that mindset and actually started being more open about things and actually just like letting go and just letting go and like,
it's like you got the winning recipe because you can't keep doing the same shit. You have to start acting like... It just doesn't happen
how you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to happen when Eric wants it to happen, but it is happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm learning patience throughout this
and you have to learn the
process.
Power of now as well.
Okay.
To like
I
look around and show gratitude for where you are.
Yeah, and I tell him all the time, you got to see what you've done. We've gone, you know, he's got more episodes, but you released fucking 14. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, man, just keep going.
Yeah,
just
dude.
fucking keep going for both of y'all
every day.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like we've all had the same mentality. That's why I thought it was perfect for you to come sit here and
she's
give us knowledge and other people. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of people are gonna get something out of it. I know I am. I can't wait to have you back. I know you're gonna help a lot of the girls.
Definitely,
out there,
and we want to see where you've.
Yeah, you're gonna come back soon.
Touch base,
what we've been trying to do is like have people on more frequently because everybody's like, well, who are you gonna interview? Well, who you gonna, dude? You're gonna see.
We know some interesting fucking people.
Yeah, and
you know, and it's like we all put our head together. We know interesting fucking people.
Yeah.
So I mean, and who's out there with the same mindset?
There's a group of us or a room of us, you know, we're gonna do some pretty good shit. I mean, like, you know, Jay-Z didn't become a billionaire just by himself. He's got like a team behind him. You know what I'm saying? So. Thank you.
Welcome to the team.
Yeah, welcome to the team, Krystal.
And what
Bible said, only kings ate at the table.
Only kings ate at this
That's
fucking
it, baby.
table. And we all got on sneakers.
That's it. Oh yeah. Shout out.
You dig? So
West Bank. Thank you for coming on, Krystal.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was amazing, man.
Thank you for co-hosting, bro. It's your show. You're good.
You give us a fist bump with your nails and shit.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all, and y'all have a good night.